studio. I always think it's funny when people say like, "Where's the studio?" Like I'm like, oh, what do they think this is gonna be? Because I always have to say, by the way, it's my apartment, and I just want them to know off the bat.
Yeah,
I don't want them to think, like, if they say, "Where's the studio?" Because it's like, dude, like, people don't realize what's off camera. It's just like my laundry's over there. I got books. This is really, someone once described it really well. I actually took it as a very strong compliment. It's like there's things everywhere you look, and that's like, it's almost my mind. Like I've done it on accident. There's just shit everywhere you look. I kind of want to fill up the walls. Like that's what I got to do next.
Be fire.
But what I want to do is I want to, like, if people bring me things, you know, if you ever come back, you bring me something like a poster or something, get stuck on the wall, like stickers, get stuck on the wall. Because in my mind, that's the perfect way to do it. You know, somebody brought me this. This is probably the most popular thing. I don't even want to open it. Milo Mack brought me this. It's an MF Doom record.
Yes, Lord.
Oh man, yeah.
Love MF Doom.
And you could tell he had it on his wall. Mm-hmm. Like he never opened it. He always kept it on his wall. Strips. And it's just, I love when people bring me shit. But I gotta say, this probably is the icing on the cake, the best one.
I get it. It's Doom. Like,
yeah, and it's kind of timeless. It's like a timeless gift.
Yeah, and then you keep it in that wrapper, it's just gonna always be timeless.
I don't want to keep it. I want to get a record player and open it, but I kind of also don't. I kind of want to keep it like this because
I say only open it when you get the record player.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. I need a record player so bad. Yeah. I mean, I have these studio monitors over here. I have everything I need, right? I mean, do you need studio monitors for a record player?
No, you don't. But to get the sound out,
you probably would. You
would.
Because you want the raw sound.
Yeah, because the raw sound is already going to come through. It's just an aux cord that goes into the monitors.
Well, when I was looking up my studio monitors, I remember what you would find is people would do different tests and you would have different resonances that would be better, right? So it's like this speaker is better with the high end than this other speaker, even though they're both studio monitors. And what's annoying about it is, like, if you're a professional mixer, you're always looking for a flat speaker, and so you're trying to find that. And even these ones that are flat are kind of not flat. Like, I know on the back of these you can at least boost the low end, or you can modify the low end, so you can tune it up and down and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think I've seen these.
Oh, high filter trim, whatever that is.
Oh, the JBLs?
Yeah, the JBLs right here.
Okay,
these are nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it changed my life, dude. Before I had these, I would mix on my, I don't even know, like surrounds, like those 5.1 surround sound speakers for a bedroom. Yeah, I it's embarrassing. Like the way I use, and headphones. It was those two things. Those and shit headphones, not good ones, bad ones.
Like you get a good pair of headphones. You don't really need all that stuff.
No, you don't.
But like, it's good to have it so that you can like get the full experience and you can actually play with all of the sounds.
I think you at least need a good sub. I think you need to have a good sub at least like once in your life, just to like, maybe not always, but at least once, just to understand what good low end is going to sound like when you're mixing, you know, because, or even just what good low end sounds like in general in your mixing booth. Like you could pull up a mix that you know has good low end and play it, and it's going to sound great. And so, whereas like if the headphones, I feel like, you know, it's the same thing where, I guess like maybe not studio headphones because they're built that same way. They're meant to be flat, so it's not accentuating anything. But still, I mean, I feel like if you've never been had like a big ass sub and just had that, oh my god. Like, I mean, one thing I still have always wanted to is to have one of those cars that's gonna like blow my ears out, you know?
Oh yeah, that subwoofer. I got like 3-4 family members that be having those.
It's so ridiculous. Yes. You can't hear shit anymore. No, it's like the song's like vocals. It's like building up. Boom, 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 boom.
Like a lot of future songs, just boom. It's just over with, bro. It'd be funny.
I saw a video of a guy. He was sitting in the back of one of these cars in front of the speaker, and I don't know how you would want to do this. I mean, I want to do it for the video, but it's probably gonna like fuck you up because he's sitting crisscross applesauce, you know, in front of the speaker, and it's levitating him. So he's like levitating, and I remember like about like 10-15 seconds, and he's looking at the other guy like, "All right, get me out of here." Like it's probably painful on his neck, even. It's probably tensing him up.
Oh yeah. You definitely got to get it for the video.
You know what I'm saying?
If you do
like
this regularly, it's gonna be some detrimental effects.
Oh, if you just do it for the fun, just for shits and giggles, no, you don't get on camera. Sorry, bro, we gotta do it again.
We gotta do it again. Do it again. It's crazy. Like, you ain't see me just levitating? You didn't get that?
I mean, it's gotta hurt, dude. It's gotta hurt. And like you sensory overload, because what I'm thinking is it's waves. It's just pure waves. Like
yes.
Who knows? Maybe this is how
waves.
they built the pyramids. You know, they just had really tight base and they just levitated all those freaking stones.
That would be a crazy way to build something, though.
That's what a lot of people. I mean, I'm joking, but that's a theory. It's an actual genuine theory that they used to have science related to levitation and waves, and they knew how to harness waves, and that would be how they levitated it. But when I see that guy levitate in the back of that car with that subwoofer, I'm like,
might be facts.
It might be onto something.
It might be onto something. Sure.
They just had big ass subwoofers in Egypt.
Yeah, nah, that'd be
just two big ass subs.
You got the sand, digging deep into the sand with every vibration. Like, you would have to have solid ground,
bro. That actually kind of blows my mind, because I bet you if you got two giant subwoofers, just huge, and you built them, and subs aren't like you could do that with primitive technology, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like a speaker. So
Yeah.
you just build that, and then you play them both at once, and you get a big stone, just a big one, and you put it in between. I bet you could levitate some crazy shit. I bet you could. And then how do we move the subwoofers at the same time? I might be onto something. I might have just cracked the code.
You might be onto something. I think you might be onto something.
I can't believe this.
I think it's a platform that people would have to be on.
Yeah.
For the levitation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you got the
It'd be
subwoofers
so
on
loud.
each side, yeah, it'll be loud as hell.
And you know, the thing
you
is
gotta
too,
EQ it all the way up.
the other part of it is they already have those theories about the pyramids, because like it's tuned for harmonics and the way that the grand chamber is. It's like it's built specifically. Like if you were to sing in there, it sounds amazing because of the way the harmonics are in the room. So there's all these theories about like how they use pitch and how they use sound. Like it's already there. But yeah, two different moving platforms. Just imagine, you could punish somebody. You throw a bunch of prisoners in there. It's like just 30 levitating dudes screaming because it hurts.
Eardrums are gonna explode.
It's gotta hurt.
That's the worst type of like torture. Like
they just explode.
This just exploding. Ears start bleeding.
Oh my God.
While levitating. It's like you can't hit the ground. You have no leverage of ground,
dude.
And then you're levitating.
This is what we could do. If this is not like already at least like because I think this is real. I think this is probably how Egypt went. But we could make it like a sci-fi novel at least. Like we could turn it into something,
I think somebody needs to open up that page in that science book and like put that in there and test this theory to make sure it works.
Oh, I'm sure it works.
Yes, I want to see it though.
I
would love for somebody to be on YouTube with the biggest subwoofers ever.
Not only do I want to see it, that's why I presented a way it could be done. All right?
Exactly.
I want you to get two big ass subwoofers and just throw some things in the middle, because I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's also all the anti-propulsion stuff like UFOs. I mean, I don't know how much of this stuff you see and how much of my phone just knows I'm a crazy person.
Oh yeah, that's the algorithm for sure.
Yeah, it's probably the algorithm. But a bunch of these UFO people keep like these whistleblowers from the government. They keep dying like mysteriously, and a bunch of them, like 12 within the last 9 months. They're 13 now, I think. And like one of them he has like a YouTube channel he had about 400,000 subscribers, maybe 500,000. It's the only reason I heard about him, because I didn't even know about him before this, And normally I would probably write this guy off. Like I would see these videos, I'd be like, because I know a lot of this stuff's bullshit. Like I know that UFOs are probably real and there's probably real stuff out there, but I also know so much of it's probably fake stuff that's sprinkled in to trick you and make you think and just drive you the wrong way.
Yeah.
So much of it, like just so much of it. You wouldn't believe how much of it. So I feel like that's a lot of why this stuff is even happening. But anyway, this guy was on, I guess, one of his last YouTube videos, the last live he ever did, because that's what I saw in the, you read an article headline, and then, folks, you watch the video. You don't just read the article headline, you watch the actual video, because that's what I watched. I read the article headline, I'm like, that sounds a little crazy. And then I watched the video, and it was just as crazy as it said. Because in the headline, it's like, he said, I'm not suicidal, like, I love life, like, I'm so happy, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, he says all that in his live. And then a few days later, he goes outside and he shoots himself in the head. What? It makes no sense. And he's like the 12th one. So it's like a pattern. That's what's weird. Why is it a pattern? And it's all of these people who work in like the reason it's a pattern is because they all work in like it's how do I put it? Like they're studying propulsion technology and like anti-gravity technology. They're all people that work in the government that have studied anti-gravity technology, and they're all just dying all of a sudden. That's weird.
I think it's like a known thing where like if you're in doing something to change the world, or you're doing something that cures something, it's like, all right, let's get them up out of here because we're gonna lose a lot of money.
I think that applies to everything. You know, the one of the best songs I think I've ever heard, because I think it touches on that in a way that kind of blows my mind, is Mortal Man by Kendrick, I think.
Yes.
Because he says, when shit hits the fan, are you still a fan? Yeah. And it's just fucking, to me, that's genius. Like, it's just the best way to put it, you know?
Yeah, and I love the way that he described the situations where it's like,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Because it's like, look, bro, like, it was only, you could talk about the situation as it is, where it's like, a lot of people came out and said this about Michael Jackson. But at the same time, there's some other kids on that side of the fence that didn't go through that. Yeah. So it's like, what's true and what's false? Yeah. And what's the real behind
and
all
do you trust Michael Jackson?
Exactly. Do you trust Michael Jackson? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, do you trust the victims at the same time? Yeah. Because everybody on that side wasn't a victim.
I've never looked fully into it, but I've always just, the whole story with Michael Jackson. I mean, again, I'm one of those kids who, in like 8th grade, I found those Illuminati YouTube videos, and that was just the rabbit hole for me. And Michael Jackson was in those, because if you remember back then, that was like right around his death, and he had come out and said a bunch of weird things before he died, like, you know, just weird, vague things. And I just feel like with Michael Jackson, regardless, it wasn't the Illuminati that was coming for him, but I do think that he didn't like the industry, and he had all kinds of things to say about the industry, and he was just too powerful to be doing that. He had so much sway and so much power, and if what he says matters. So if Michael Jackson comes out and starts saying stuff like that, then, and this is the industry of 2008, 2007. It's a different world.
In that area, too, because he died in 2009.
It's so different than now.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and it's crazy.
Who knows? He could have ended up like Kanye. If it would have kept happening, if it would have kept going on, maybe he would have just gotten, oh, Michael, look, Michael's saying it again. Michael's going, like, he could have just played out like that for all we know.
I think it might have been that if he stayed alive enough to meet the social media era.
If that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because he was out right before the world kind of shifted into all this.
Yeah, when Spotify came out, it was kind of like, you know, Michael Jackson died in the same year. It's like, it's a rebirth or a new change of the world that's about to hit. And
honestly, I'm happy for him in that sense. He got the best of the world right before it all changed.
Right, because like if you talking about Michael in that whole situation that he was in, social media is gonna eat anybody alive that goes through something.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know, kind of glad you was able to dodge that.
I mean, I don't know, because it's also like, look at Britney Spears. Look at like what her crash out was.
Yeah.
But then again, you think about it nowadays, maybe that would just be another headline that just passes by. Like, it wouldn't be so.
I don't think it would necessarily. It matters, but I don't think it would necessarily matter because she wasn't as big of a star.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably name on maybe 2 hands how many people reached that level of stardom.
It's crazy. And Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
I mean, Drake likes to think, but I don't think Drake is Michael Jackson.
I don't think Drake is Michael Jackson. Yeah. I think Drake is Michael Jackson in his world. And like everybody who is in that world, which is mostly hip hop. Yeah. And I think that's
you're talking about Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's also like, I don't like this whole comparison with the top selling, like the most selling records, because Michael Jackson had the most most Billboard topping records.
I don't think we could.
And
I
then
don't think
Drake
we could ever
got
compare
it. But it's the problem is, we started including streaming and YouTube streams and all this, and that stuff is so. There's so many bots, but for another thing, it's like, if you're going to include that, like the whole point originally was record sales. And Michael Jackson sold the most records. And no one else is ever going to do that.
No.
Ever again, because the records aren't even the thing anymore.
Right, but you can't even take in the whole streaming thing because we're in a different era.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Like you got to think about how many full, like, hard copies. People had to buy vinyls.
Yeah.
when Michael Jackson's prime, like,
and they saw,
first prime.
they wanted Michael Jackson. It wasn't like they just pulled him up on YouTube.
Like, exactly. They didn't have YouTube. They barely had cell phones.
Yeah.
Like, during that time, it was like you had to buy records.
Yeah.
And you didn't stop buying records until around 2009.
Yeah.
So, like, from the time that Drake was Drake till now, like, there's more people, there's more social media, there's more consumption of music.
Yeah.
So of course it's going to be easy to make those numbers.
It's not like, even a real comparison.
No, it's not. It's never going to be a real comparison.
Who were the people you were going to say that compared to Michael Jackson in fame? You said there were two people.
It was. I'm saying you could probably count on like two hands, maybe.
I mean, I would say maybe Snoop Dogg. If you wanted to say hip hop, maybe you could say Snoop Dogg.
Yes and no.
Because someone once tried to argue to me that Snoop Dogg is the most famous rapper of all time. That might be true, actually.
That's
like, he might
debatable.
be the most. It's debate, exactly. I don't know, but it might be true.
Because Ice Cube exists.
But he's not like Snoop Dogg's universally known. Like, if you show foreign people a photo of Snoop Dogg, I think most foreign people could know who Snoop. Like, I used to think that about Eminem, but I actually think Snoop Dogg's even more famous than Eminem.
No, Snoop Dogg is definitely more famous.
But Ice Cube, I don't know. I don't think it would. Like, I think if we did it, we tested this now.
Between the movies and the music, because mind you, he had a music career and then he graduated into the film career, and then he had classic films before he started doing a lot of the stuff that we see today, where like, you know, you got Lottery Ticket.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Like, he had Friday, he had Boys in the Hood, he had a bunch of films and a bunch of classic movies and things that he had his hands in. It's like, if you know anything about hip hop, then you know for a fact Ice Cube is the front runner of like creatives as far as like filmmaker, actor, and then like producer.
But I think like that's if you know hip hop. I think if you're talking about hip hop people, Ice Cube's super famous. If you're talking about like regular everyday people, I think Snoop Dogg would win.
I think Snoop. I ain't gonna take away from that because I believe that too. I think
just because the Olympics and Snoop's in every like cereal, and he's doing cooking shows.
He be doing everything.
Snoop would take any opportunity that's given to him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Get your money,
and I
man.
say that with respect. You know?
Absolutely, get your money.
He did a song with Big Time Rush back in the day.
I remember
Looking for a boyfriend, and I see that. Snoop Dogg just comes in.
Imagine Uncle Snoop just. And they had that on Nickelodeon, bro. That was crazy.
Snoop Dogg at the Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah, nah. You might have me there. Snoop definitely like number one
with
famous, most famous.
But you have me there with rap people because you're right. If you're like plugged into rap and you've seen all like especially the hip hop movies, like the stuff like that people just know from back in the day because they don't even make them like they used to.
No, they don't.
I mean, dude, Friday's a classic.
Exactly. All three of them though. I feel like Friday is the only franchise or one of the only franchises that you could do multiple sequels and still hit differently. So
the only one, I recently watched these movies, and I think for the Scream movies, I would say that the first four. After that, no. I don't think that after that
Scream?
It's good. Yeah, the first three are in succession. So the first two, first one happens in 1996, second one's 1997, which is crazy. They made it a year later. So they and it doesn't completely suck, which is nuts because they made it within a year. But it's because they kind of had a plan. Like they wanted to make a parody of sequels. It was kind of like
I think if it's like that quick, especially for a movie, they were already working on it. It was like we was working on it at the same time.
Well, what I learned was that when they pitched the movie to the studio, that's how they pitched it. It's kind of one of the sells was we already have a 3-movie plan if you guys take this movie. So that was kind of it. But then the third one I want to say was 2000, so it was like 1997 then 1999 or 2000, so there's a few year gap, and the third one's not as good as the second one and the first one, but it's still like, and the fourth one's great. What makes them all great though is they're all directed by Wes Craven, and they're all like the brainchild of Wes Craven. Like that was what he was trying to do something after Freddy Krueger, essentially. Like he had already done Nightmare on Elm Street and he was trying to take a step in another direction and do something different. And the first Scream is fucking a perfect movie, but it's like, how do you follow that up without just doing the sequel thing and burning it out? Because I think most sequels are terrible. And I think it's funny, like you look back at Jaws, because Jaws was the first blockbuster movie, the sequel sucks. And that's the first blockbuster sequel. The first blockbuster sequel sucked. Like it was always bad. Like there's no, you know what one was good? You know who tricked everybody into making you think it was good was Godfather. But that was also planned. It was Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. So everybody's like, oh, you can do a great sequel. But no, it was just already supposed to be that.
Every movie is not supposed to be a sequel.
No.
It's like, but
they're rare. Great sequels are rare. And when you get a good one, you have to appreciate it. You have to love it and understand it for what it is.
That's why. That's
great
why
remake
like,
too.
Yeah, like
they're
that's
so
why
rare.
I like that's why I like Lauryn Hill, because like
what movie?
No, not
oh,
to my album.
The
I'm
music.
Like, yeah, music.
Yeah.
Like because like
there was a movie.
She was like, look, I'm just not inspired. So I was like,
yeah,
there was only one album. One album got her 5 Grammys.
You saw that she performed with Kanye just recently?
Yes, I was like, I've seen clips of it. I didn't get a chance to like actually like watch it.
She killed it too.
Oh, it's Lauryn, man. Like,
I mean, it's like, you know, it makes you appreciate it even more, like what you just said, that she chooses not to be out there all the time because she's like, that good.
Yeah, because she still do the features. She'll come outside with people. She'll do that, but at the same time, she won't. If she don't feel the need to go and do her own second project, she won't do it.
And it's one of the best rap albums of all time.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, I don't want to top this. Like, I probably could, but I don't want to. It's like
crazy.
But I'll hop on whatever y'all need me to hop on. It's like I love that, but I also love it when like artists could, or anybody, like as far as films or music in general, I love it when people could do the next thing, but like not necessarily do the same thing or like try to top the last thing.
Well, I think that's the whole point. And I think that's what I don't like about social media, because social media seems to incentivize the opposite, especially with TikTok in particular.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, I've tried to, the more, like, once I got into Instagram, I can't get back into TikTok because I realized what TikTok does. It doesn't even, like, follow the stuff I like. It just shows me trends because it wants me to get into trends. Yeah. And it's because it wants to drill into your brain this idea of do the same thing everybody else does. And it also wants to drill into your brain, and all the social media platforms do this. And this is what any like social media content creator will tell you is great advice. Do the thing that works and then do it again 1,000,000 times. And that's not creative. That's not what creativity is. Creativity is the opposite of that. Creativity is doing the thing that works and everybody loves it, and then following the creativity that made that thing that worked and doing something completely different.
Yes.
And that's my favorite artists. Like my favorite, that's why like Kendrick Lamar, I bring him up all the time. He's my favorite rapper because to me that's what he does best. When To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I remember before that, you're thinking, how could he possibly top Good Kid, Mad City? Like, Good Kid, Mad City is an amazing album. How could he possibly? And then To Pimp a Butterfly comes out, and you're like, oh my God, okay. How could he possibly do anything after this? Damn. And then Damn comes out, and you're like, oh, okay. How could he possibly?
Mr. Morale.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
he just over and over does it again, and it's because he reinvents himself every single time. It's never the same thing. It's always like you can't even know what to expect because he's challenging himself, and it's because he has the mentality of like he wants to be the best, and in his mind being the best is like you're pushing yourself and you're doing something different, and those are the people that push me and make me inspired. And I just don't like this idea within the world of like don't do that, just do the same thing, just do a tight beat, just figure out the type of rapper you are and do that. Don't think that way.
Don't go into a box. Don't ever go into a box.
Because it'll fuck you up. Just thinking like that for a month will fuck you up.
Oh my God.
Just don't even do it.
Like
from the start, I never thought that way, and I think I'm blessed.
I'd much rather like doubt myself on a level of like, man, I'm just not feeling it right now.
Yes.
Rather than go into a box because I feel like this is what's going to work.
Well, because people like they'll think, oh, I can only sound like this, and then that to me, that's just I can't even imagine thinking that way,
bro.
You know, because like, oh, I can only rap on these types of beats, or I can only do this type of thing. Because then like you'll end up in a situation where you'll stop yourself, and you can't predict when that situation is going to come. You don't know what's going to happen, but once it happens, you're fucked, you know.
Exactly.
You're not that kind of guy,
right? And
wouldn't you rather be flexible? Yeah.
Kendrick specifically is the guy where it's like
he can do anything.
He can do anything he wants, but the one thing that he does very well is like, I think most artists from LA does this better than anybody.
Yeah,
they
like West
package.
Coast. Packaging meaning
like if Good Kid, Mad City was
could you pop that door for her? She's trying to escape. She does that. Yeah. Oh yeah, she did. She darts out so fast you wouldn't even know she's a little ninja. But anyway, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yes, like Good Kid, Mad City was an environment. To Pimp a Butterfly was an environment that like a lot of people could walk into, listen to the music and be like, oh, so this is what it's like to be in the mind of Kendrick during this time.
Right.
Tyler does it well too. Those are the
J. Cole does that.
J.
too.
Cole does it well too. And J. Cole's my favorite. Kendrick's my number 2, but it's only because of the relation. Like, I relate to J. Cole a lot more than Kendrick, even though Kendrick is like the master of domain. Like, he's like, domain expansion, here's my world, welcome to it.
And I think, like, especially with albums and EPs, I think it's almost a lost art of building a world within an album and an EP, you know, like, and I think I wouldn't even want to do that, but the only reason I wouldn't want to do that is because I think I don't have the listener base to where it would be worth it. That's how I think about it. Like, I would rather wait until I know everybody's going to tune into this whole album, this whole EP.
I would disagree.
You don't think so? Because, like, in my mind, it's just like, I think it's the best thing ever to do a whole tape, but I think the way that people are trained now, most people they'll listen to either the clips of your song, or maybe they'll even open it up. Maybe they'll go, oh, you know, he's my friend, or you know what, this guy's interesting. I like those clips. You know, they don't even know you. They just saw a couple videos on social media, so they go and they open it up, and they open up the Spotify. Oh, okay, it's an album. So they open up the album, and they don't go to random songs within the album. They go to the first song in the album.
Right.
And so what happens is they listen to track 1, track 2, maybe track 3, but then they just stop because they're like, they get distracted. That's just how everybody is now. They're not going to listen to the whole album. And so in my mind, it's like, I'd rather just drop a single a week and just get them that way, because I think they're more likely to listen to everything if I do it like that than if I were to drop a whole album and spend all this time and get all this work in. But I also think you're right, and that people would listen to it. And I don't think I'm completely 100%. You know.
Yeah, no. I think it's wisdom in both. But in my personal opinion, when it comes to like music and album dropping and rollouts, I feel like if you create that atmosphere that people can adopt,
like you're saying with Kendrick, even
like with
building
Kendrick,
the world
like
around
imagine Kendrick's first album is To Pimp a Butterfly, and he has the visuals, he got everything. Yeah,
you're right.
In this day and age, all you have to do is make the content, post enough of it to the point where people can be like, oh, this look dope, because you want people to stumble on it. You don't want people to like, because of course you don't want to be dropping to deaf ears. However, this day and age of social media, the fact that everybody is tuned to doing the same thing over and over and getting other people to be onto it, the only way that you can get people to be onto your trend is if you make something really dope, do it enough times where people see it all the time, and then they'll eventually like it. But if it's dope, it's not going to take all of that.
Right.
All you need is enough people to be like, this is hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of people going to be like, this is hard. Yeah. But you also got to do the groundwork. I feel like you can't live on social media for like a long time without living in the real world for a long time. So it's like, if you doing stuff on social media, you're posting the content, it look dope, you got the visuals right, you got the aesthetic right, you got the colors, the fonts, whatever. If you're not going outside to go and meet the people that you want to listen to your music, it's not going to do what you want it to do. Even if you ain't got you can start off with 0 followers today. If you post the right amount of content and you go outside and you tell people you just dropped the album, you got posters because you got a show coming up, you want as many people to come outside as you can. If you doing both, where you going outside and you posting the content, I feel like you'll get as many followers as you possibly can. And I know that for a fact because I've seen it, and I've also been doing it as like this last project I just dropped, Jubilee. Like, I kind of created a world where like I'm talking about where I'm from, but I'm also promoting the show, going outside, giving out flyers, bringing people out. But on a wider scale, if you got a team behind you that like believes in your project with you, and you're not going outside doing this by yourself, it'll be way easier.
Yeah, because I just feel like people think social media is real. Like, they think those numbers are real, and they think all that stuff's real, and really it's just kind of like a false projection of the real world.
Yeah.
And the real world bleeds into that, but the real world is what matters the most. And also just the fact that, like, you know, just raw numbers, like, what is success, right? I mean, nowadays Patreon exists, so I think about it like, okay, if I had, because I think Patreon takes 20%, so say you have $5, so it's $5, and you have 200 people giving you $5. So that's, what's 100 times 5? 100 times 5 is 500.
500.
So 200 people is 1,000. So you're getting $1,000 a month. Take off 20%, that's $800 a month. Or so you're getting $800 a month. So to me, double that, 400 people, now it's $1,600 a month. That's success to me. And that's 400 people. That's not like a million followers. That's nothing like that. That's 400 people. And so it's like, how do you then get that? How do you, because that's all that really matters. How do you get people in the real world who give enough of a shit about what you do to just buy into it, and they love you for no matter what you do? Someone once described this to me, and I think this is a really good way to imagine it, as like a funnel, right?
Right.
So social media and all this stuff, it's like a funnel. And what really matters is the people at the very bottom of this funnel. And everything you post, everything you ever do, everything you ever put out there, it's always just to get people in this funnel. And people are going to trickle down over time, and you're going to get those people at the bottom who will love everything you do. But that's why you have to post all the time and do all this stuff, because you just don't know when people are going to get introduced to you, and you don't know who it's going to be that's going to love every single thing you do. But it's also why you go out in the real world and you make those connections, because you don't know who's gonna really care that much. And and also I would say, to add to that, it is often those people in the real world that you meet that do even engage with you in social media. Like, it's those people you met that you see like all your posts.
Yeah, but another thing is like look at how I got to be here.
Yeah.
Somebody I know.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of this show. Like, what you're saying, it's kind of how I've managed to blend the two, because I learned this when I started doing interviews in the first place. And like, I've always made music. I made music for about 13 years now. And I started doing the interview stuff, I want to say, I don't know, 2017 or 2018. And it was a thing called 60 Seconds With, okay? And so it just started kind of randomly, because I was outside with my camera with a band I had performed with, because I was in a band at the time called Lemon Collies. So we were in Chicago. I was from Michigan, but we were visiting Chicago. The band was named Swatches. And I'm sure they're probably still around Chicago here. And so we were going to perform with them, and afterwards we performed. They're waiting outside for their Uber, and say, oh, I could interview you guys, like 60 minutes with Swatches, and they're waiting for their Uber. So somebody said, oh, like 60 seconds with Swatches. And I go, that's genius. And so we filmed like a quick little interview, and what I did from then on out is I would film a full interview, right? So it's like I show up, I do a 15-minute, 20-minute interview like normal, and then I cut it down to 60 seconds, like the most interesting parts. I get all this B-roll of you, I get the music, I do everything I can, and I would do it with all these different people. And at first it was just like, oh, this would be a good way for people to notice what I'm doing and see me. But what I realized was, oh, this is like bigger than me. This makes what I do bigger than me.
Absolutely.
And I made an EP, because I was, at that time, I was trying to do a thing where everything was starting with the name Khan, because Ruse, so like Khan. So there's an album called Con Artist, and it was going to be Constellations, because I was trying to tie in that idea where it's like constellations, as in the stars are coming together to form a bigger picture, right? Because that's the whole point, and I want that to tie into everything that I ever do, so that when people look at the things that I do, they just understand it's like communal. Just inherently, that's the point of it. It's not like me forcing that. That's literally what it is. It's not even really about me. Same thing with like the show that I do now. It's called Cash Bash, and the whole point to me is I'm trying to make it so if you come to the show, you can win $100 at the end, and we're trying to give out prizes throughout the show. And in my mind, I can give shit to everybody, because anybody can win. So now even the audience wins. It's in making everybody involved, and everybody wins, and it's like a game show thing, so people from the audience come on stage. But I want that to be everything I ever do, and I learned that through doing interviews. And then with the podcast, I like it even more, because then it's like, for one, I don't have to sit there and edit it for 10 hours. But also just, I feel like you get what I learned. You can get a genuine version of somebody. You can get like a version of something. You can highlight people as they are in a way that they couldn't do by themselves, especially if you know how to like just conduct a hang, I would even call it. Like, it's not even the interview, really. It's just kind of you're composing the energy in the room, and people fuck that up so much. Nobody knows they're fucking that up when they're fucking that up, but people do it all the time. It's why most podcasts are boring or weird.
I mean,
most interviews.
Interviews be like, it either
like, oh, hi, how are you?
It's either like real deep or real surface level,
and it never feels authentic to me. Like, you gotta get there. If you want to do that stuff, you gotta create that space where somebody's gonna want to share with you.
Yeah, because like if the energies was like kind of low, if you were a low energy person, of course I probably wouldn't feel that comfortable.
And
just
sometimes people bring that
talking.
in. Sometimes you don't know. Like sometimes even a high energy person, but they show up low energy, and you're like, oh,
yeah, because it might just be one of them days.
Yep.
But like if
you gotta do your best, you just gotta follow. You just gotta do it. I learned you gotta go with the flow. It's as simple as that.
I mean, look, if we already in a hard ass profession as far as like being a person in media, no matter if that's music, podcasting, TV, this is a hard ass thing to do. Even if you're getting paid for it or if you're not getting paid for it, it's hard as hell to do because it doesn't have to be good, but it has to be somewhat enjoyable. And,
hopefully.
And like outside of this, if this is not paying your bills, you have to go on any other day of the week and make sure you get enough money so you can live, so you can eat, so you can pay for everything that you're doing. It's like that's stressful. And a lot of the times you might not want to do this one day, or like one of the days out the week you be like, I don't know about doing a podcast this week, or I don't know about making music today like I wanted to. Like I don't know about all these sessions, but like you got to make it some type of enjoyable. Like you got to look at it like, okay, if I want to be here in the next couple of years, then I got to do this. So if I got to do this, I'm gonna make the best out of what I'm doing, and that's what you kind of got to do in order to be like you got to get the best life experience as possible while you're going through the journey, because you know where you want to end up.
I mean, I kind of think about it like there's no such thing as wasted time. Like that doesn't even exist.
Yes.
You know,
it shouldn't exist for anybody who's like, if you're not content with just working a 9 to 5, there should never be a thing.
But the 9 to
called
5's not even wasted time.
It's not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like somebody who like, oh, I'm dreading this job. I'm just waiting to pop off. Yeah. And they just feel like I'm wasting my life in this 9 to 5, but like, nah, it's part of the journey.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if it's part of it, you might as well like enjoy it while it's here. Yeah. Because once you
I think it even makes you better in ways that you don't even understand. Yeah. Like just by being there and not hating it and just like letting it, just going with the flow again, right? Just being with that moment. I think that you'll take that energy into those sessions and you'll take that back and it'll make your creativity better. Like it's just looking at
appreciate it.
I think you have to look at life the same way all the time. You can't like go into different situations and be like, fuck this.
Yeah,
fuck
like
this.
bro, you gotta appreciate everything, because like the times that you spend at like your job or like anywhere in life, like the people that you meet is really like that makes it. Because you could make some of your long-term friends at Amazon.
You never know.
And you might hate working at Amazon. Them 12-hour shifts be killing people. But at the same time, you met your homie who work on the same shift as you across the warehouse. It's like every time you see him on lunch, like y'all be chopping it up, whatever.
I've had a good conversation with my friend Jackman Raps about this before, about like, because I think it's almost like a struggle, the eternal struggle of an artist, where it's like it's kind of hard to have that like Zen Buddhist philosophy of like, I'm happy where I am and everything is okay, because you're an artist. So you constantly strive for something more and something better, and that's built within you. Yeah. So how could you not have that, that constant like, oh, I don't want this, I want something bigger than this, But I think the problem is, if you have that, you're gonna get success, you're gonna get successful. Like maybe that happens, maybe you win and maybe you get successful, but you'll never be happy because you had that mindset built in from the start of like, oh, I want something more than this, and you never learned to be content. So you can't even be content with being successful. Right. Like that's how it happens. And that's why so many successful people are like, oh, I thought this was going to fix it. And it never fixes it. Because you can't expect
that. It's a contradiction. You can't, you can't have this and that. It's
like life has to be good already.
Right. You can't, like, if you fight for success all the time, when you get successful, it's like, it's not going to be enough, because like you got something else you could be successful in, or you could be more successful.
That's why I think like it's so important to like slow down and also to appreciate those connections that you're building now, like that whole thing where it's like, like those people you meet in that real life that you have now. Like I think a lot of artists, they'll think, oh, I haven't blown up yet, I'm not as big as I want to be. But it's like, you don't even realize when you blow up, you're going to be reminiscing on like, oh, I remember all my friends back in Chicago when everything was all cool and it wasn't like this, and I could trust everybody, and now people come along, I don't even know if they really like me or not because I'm popular. It's like that's what happens when you get popular. Life gets confusing and complicated and weird. And you'd rather have the small amount of success and a little bit of fame. You don't want to get big. No. So like that's kind of how I think about it. I try to remember. I keep myself like I want all these things, but I think, you know what? I'm probably gonna remember being 27. What comes with it.
Yeah. Everybody who don't know that what comes with it, like they don't hear it because everybody famous.
They don't believe it.
Everybody famous tells you.
Well, and I think people look at famous people and they think, oh yeah, but how could you complain?
How could you complain? Yeah. But like that's why J. Cole again is like
he handles it really well. Well, and I think he never has ever like looked down upon the true fans. Like I think he's always like, but even in the way that he's treated the community, like with the whole J. Cole type beat thing he did a few years ago, like he does little moves where it's
freestyle,
like,
on that beat.
It was on. So for those that don't know, it was a J. Cole type beat on YouTube, and he rapped over it. And so it's like, and people. What type beats are is just like, you know, if you don't know that, it's just along the way somebody figured out, oh, if I put type beat on my video, it's gonna get way more views. Yeah. People are more likely to buy it. So every beat's got to be a type beat now. But J. Cole just happened to rap on one of these, and it's just it sounds like fucking J. Cole song, and it's crazy. And just imagine being that guy who made the J. Cole type beat, and I think it highlights the community and embraces the community in a way that most rappers would never even think of doing. Like shit like that to me is so cool. I don't think any rapper does shit like that.
No, they don't. I think the only person that does it that people don't like go and think about, I don't think they ever posted it, but Cordae.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because Cordae talks about it. He was like, "Yeah, I go on YouTube, search up Cordae type beats, and I rap on my own beats." Because it's like if people
I wish I could do that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, since I make my own beats, every beat that I ever make is gonna be a Juby DaGod type beat. I don't care what it sounds like. I don't care if it don't sound like me. Then maybe I'll just bridge it. Like I got a beat where like it sound like something Freddie Gibbs would hop on. Yeah. So it's a Juby DaGod / Freddie Gibbs type beat. Yeah, but like. I just feel like when it comes to these type beats, that's a whole different situation with the YouTube producers.
What do you mean?
Like one, I don't think YouTube producers are looking to build with artists as much as they are looking to get paid from their beats.
Right. Yeah.
And
of course.
It's a
free for profit.
Yeah, like free for profit, but like at the same time, like you gonna have to pay for something because
free for profit doesn't even make sense.
No, and then also it's like. You gotta people on YouTube. People get mad that people steal beats on YouTube, but you put your beats on YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's my whole. Yeah, well, you put your beats on YouTube, free for profit. So what I hate about that is sometimes they'll sell these beats. So it's like you'll write us because I used to exclusively use these beats like an idiot, right? So I just rip the song off YouTube because that's the whole point. And they say free for profit. You rip the song off YouTube. You don't have to pay for it, but you can put it on a streaming service.
Right.
So say I record the song, but then I go back and it's not on YouTube anymore. It's because they actually sold the beat. It's like, why the fuck are you even selling the beat then? If it says free for profit on YouTube, and then it becomes confusing, and it's kind of like the whole legality around beats in general is kind of weird unless you have like an unlimited lease and it's yours, then anybody else can rap on the beat and it's theirs as well. But then you have the fact that it's like free for profit, so you have people who have, or if it says free even, because they're also selling these beats. So it says free on YouTube and anybody can use it for free,
right?
And they can even put it on as long as they credit the producer. That's usually what they say, as long as you give us credit. But then if you put it on a streaming service and then someone buys the unlimited lease and they own the beat, well, then you can't use it for free anymore. So how does that work? It was never free, and none of it makes any sense. But the whole point is, again, like they don't care about building with the community. That's a great way of putting it. They don't really give a fuck about building with rappers, like having a genuine relationship. They just want to sell their shit and move on. Right. That's really where that starts.
It's a
they want to build a fan base. People they're trying to follow the algorithm. Really.
Yeah. They trying to build a fan base of artists who like their types of beats, so that artists will pay for it.
Yeah.
But my thing is like maybe Zaytoven is selling packs to rappers, but Zaytoven was like making songs for rap or making beats and tracks and stuff for specific rappers, got big, and now he can sell packs to whatever rapper he wants for however much he want to sell it for.
I mean, it goes with what you were saying
he's
earlier.
not posting on YouTube either. He's not posting YouTube type beats.
That's what I was going to say. It goes with what you're saying earlier. It's like building the relationship thing in real life. and
Yeah.
not focusing on social media.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, with hip hop and music in particular, oh my God, like the amount of like producer artist relationships that are foundational to like even the sounds of an artist, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Drake, you look at Drake and like, what is it, E40? Is that his name? I'm mixing up names.
I'm trying to, I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of his producer. I think it's something 40.
Boy Wonder?
No, I'm gonna look it up because they've been like together forever, Drake and his producer. So I should know this. Let's see, folks.
I think I know who you're talking about, but because I know one of his producers back in the days was Boy
40.
Wonder.
Yeah, it's 40.
40.
Yeah, but I wonder how old 40 is. Wouldn't it be funny? He's 43. Damn, we would have talked 3 years ago. If we would have talked.
This would have like,
That would have been
a moment.
crazy.
That would have been a moment.
Yeah. But yeah, so him and 40 and just all of them, right? So many. I mean, so many classic albums, so many albums that you love, or like, I mean, it's built around relationships with a producer and like people who understand each other's sounds. I mean, I remember the first time I met a producer and he told me that he liked to build songs with rappers in the moment. So it's like he didn't want to have a beat and give it to you. He wanted you to be in the studio and we can do it together. And a lot of producers work that way.
That's how I feel
That's the
about
old school way to do it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about when I produce. Like, because people like my beats, but like I don't have like beat packs to give to people. And people be like, bro, you got a beat pack or you got an open? One, I don't be leaving opens. If I write something, like I wrote it. I mean, if you hear the song and you feel like you could put a verse on it, I may open up the verse, but I'm gonna make the full song first before I let anybody hear anything. But then if it's coming like certain beats, like if you want me to make a beat for you, then you got to hit me and be like, look, bro, I want a beat. All right, let's lock in somewhere and we can make a beat from scratch because I don't know what you want. And I'm not even going to guarantee you that you're going to like any of the beats that I made for myself. You might not. And that's fine because I like them. There's a reason why they're in my playlist and my Rolodex full of beats, so I ain't got to go to YouTube and find them. I'm just making them verbatim, just trying to make sure I got a Rolodex so that I ain't like a couple months from now when I'm feeling inspired, I'm not just like, oh, I got to go find some inspiration. I need some beats. I got some beats that I haven't used yet. I'm going to just go over there. Yeah. But I'm not finna give them to somebody else off rip just because I want to get paid. It's like, I might need these. Like, I might want to use this one day. But also, you know what I'm saying? If you want to beat, we can work from the ground up.
Yeah, but I feel like most rappers don't even know what that is. They're like,
nah, they don't.
Like, what do you mean?
A lot of people don't study it. A lot of people don't think about the actual dope like interaction that comes from a producer and a rapper or a rapper producer and making stuff together. Like I make stuff with my homies all the time. Like shout out to my homie Karion Wee. I don't know if you heard of him.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think I do know.
He like got long dreads, beard. He do a lot of events and stuff. I made we was sitting down at his crib and we made this song called OL, and he had I think it was a Hiatus Coyote sample. And he had already made a song to it because he had already sampled it. And he was like, yeah, I also want you to sample this. I want to see what you can make with it. And then we made it there. I made it in probably 15 minutes. Probably one of the quickest beats I ever made. Got the drum loop. I just resampled the drums and like kind of cut it up a little bit different. And then he told me to add some drums from one of his songs, like a specific kick that just punches.
Okay.
And then we made a song off of that. And it's probably one of our best songs. It's one of my favorite songs to perform. It's like
AI could never do that.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. AI could never make a verse that I made.
Yeah.
AI could never make a verse that I made.
Well, I don't think it could replicate like those choices, like when you tell a story like that. That's why I say that, because just all those little things that happen that get to that song.
Yes.
AI can't do none of that. It can make a song, and maybe it'll make something that sounds like me. Maybe it could even do that, but it'll never make what I would have made. Yeah. That's just impossible.
I love that phrase, though. AI could never, what you say, influence the choices?
The choices.
Yes.
Because someone once described me, or I saw it maybe in a video, it was the acting, where they were talking about, I think it was the director or somebody who worked on the movie The Smashing Machine, and they were talking about The Rock, because The Rock in that movie, there's a scene where he had to cry, and like the choice, or it was something to do with like addiction, right? I haven't seen the movie, but the choice he made when he was acting when the director, whoever asked him about it, he said it was influenced by like two things in his childhood. And like he combined those two things, like something with his mother and then something with somebody else. And like that's what he used in that moment. And just actors in general, you know, think about like calling on your past experiences. And that's what a lot of acting is. It's recreating a moment in real time by like almost in your own mind fooling yourself and believing whatever this situation is. And a lot of that's drawing on past emotions and past situations, like how does this relate to me and how can I believe this,
digging in those emotions.
That's what they're going to tell you in acting class, is a bunch of that shit. That's why I always wonder, like, acting class, you could probably do that in 5 minutes. Like, what else is it? Is it just dancing around like crabs? Like, you're a crab today. I feel like that's acting class.
I feel like I think that shit's hilarious. But I think the hardest part that would be about acting class is like the improv.
Oh yeah,
because like
I mean that's because
the script, like you kind of already got the layout of the land. It's like a verse. It's like if you write down the verse and be like, it's over this beat, I can just learn the verse and the rhythm, then it's easy. But like freestyling is an art.
Yes,
the same way that improv
people
is
don't
hard
understand.
As fuck.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't even consider myself a good freestyler, but I think it's like people think I'm good at it because I can rap. Like, I'm good at rapping, and I think I just apply my rap skills to freestyle, and I'm kind of mediocre. But like to the regular person, they don't know the difference. They're just like, oh, he rhymed words. That was crazy. Because all I got to do is like, okay, children's encyclopedia. Yo, when I come in, I kill him. Like, nice to meet you, bruh. I said, I'm a villain, a children's encyclopedia. You open, like, and it's just that right. Alone. The fact that I set up that rhyme, that would have blown their mind. It doesn't have to fully make sense. It's just the fact that I did it. Yeah. They're like, because they can't believe you rhymed that many words. So it's like, I think that stuff like that, it's like, but they don't even know freestyling is a whole other art. Like that's what I mean. It's not even the same thing. It is so different. When you see somebody who's genuinely really good at it, it is mind blowing. Like I think a lot of the battle rap people are really good because a lot of that's written, but there's still a lot of improv and like timing built in, and you can't predict how the moment's gonna go. A lot of
gotta like prep for that, and especially is like if something happens in a battle where like somebody is like finishing your lines. You might have to have a rebuttal that's not in the written.
Exactly.
But like, if you got to be like a real intricate thinker. You got to study.
Well, I was gonna say too, Robin Williams. He's one of those people where it's just fucking mind blowing what he was able to do because he was able to just go to any movie and they kind of just have to expect, oh, the script doesn't really matter. Robin's just gonna do whatever he does, and we're just gonna have to it's gonna work no matter what. We know it's gonna work because like that's why his movies are what they were. Especially like you watch Good Morning Vietnam. I mean, what's crazy is Aladdin because Aladdin's animated, so they hired him and he just improv'd the character of Genie and they animated it around his improv. You didn't know that?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Because that was what he was known for. And it's just so nuts to me because you have to be so dedicated to the craft to even understand, because you have to understand the intention of what this story is doing and what we're doing with this scene and what all this means. Like that's why good improv is good improv and bad improv is awful, because you have to know how to navigate all of these mechanics while you're also the person running everything and you're being entertaining. And so Robin Williams, he could take a script and he would just turn it into anything. There's a thing I saw not that long ago where it was him like interacting with Elmo from Sesame Street, and even that he's like fucking around with Elmo. Like he can't just stick to the script. He's doing the Robin Williams thing with Elmo.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a talent. You can't
exactly.
You can't.
There's layers to that talent.
Yes, like that's a gift that a lot of people could possess but don't know how to tap into.
Because a lot of the time too, if you're bad at that, like that's why bad improv is terrible, because there's a little bit of improv expected on acting sets, and I think it used to be, like especially with comedy movies, it used to be so popular, improv and film. But like nowadays, you don't see a lot of that, and it's probably frowned upon because it's like you're wasting everybody's time. Like unless you're really good at it, you're probably, we're spending so much money, we're all out here, we got 30 dudes, one guy's holding up a boom mic, and you're out here trying to waste our time. Just stick to the script, buddy. You're not that funny.
Oh yeah, no.
But then you got that guy who is that funny, like a Robin Williams, who I think he just ruins it for everybody because everybody else thinks they're him, and you can't be him. But like, because it's so. But improv in general. I mean, I don't know how much you're into that, but I mean, just comedians and being in Chicago, you'll hear a whole lot about improv. Chicago's it's kind of the source of improv with Second City and all this.
Yeah,
it's where it all comes from.
I met Robert Townsend
cool.
a couple months ago because I work for this media company and we do a podcast called From the Go Show, and they got a chance to interview Robert when he came down.
Yeah, and
this is the weekend before he did his film festival, his first film festival out here, because Robert Townsend's from Chicago, but he moved to I think he moved to L.A.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably like butchering the story, but like it was either he went to New York and studied film or he went to L.A. and studied film. All I know is he ended up in L.A. and he started making those classic movies, The Meteor Man, Five Heartbeats, everything. Okay. So like he came back to Chicago. He's still like directing like episodes of The Chi, but I think he started off with the improv spot that you was in, the
Second City.
Yeah,
a lot of people did.
Yeah, and that was like,
I mean, a lot of people from SNL, like that's what a lot of people know.
Yeah,
like Chris Farley, fucking Michael Myers, the dude, fucking Austin Powers. Everybody knows Austin Powers.
Everybody knows Austin Powers.
Yeah,
that was a classic. That was a classic show. I love that show.
But yeah, I mean, it's just improv to me. When I first learned about it, there's some book I got around here. It's popular because they give it out at IO Theater. I want to say, I think they literally have a vending machine, or you can just get the book. But it's written by Del Close and Charna Halpern, and Del Close is the guy who made improv. Like he literally created the Improv Olympic and this whole. He kind of took it from this little game you could play with friends into like an actual craft that you could recreate on stage. And there's this thing called a herald, and the whole idea is like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take a suggestion from the audience.
I think I know this.
And it could be, I think what it is often is like I have a certain prompt. Like it's always a different prompt. Maybe you ask the audience for a story, right? So the audience is going to give you a story. And then what a herald is in particular is you're going to come out and you're going to do a monologue. And whoever it is, like the monologuer, and I think they're the one who asked the audience for the thing. I can't remember. But they just do like maybe a minute-long monologue, maybe 2 minutes. And then from then on forward, it's just a series of scenes that are initiated by a group of like 5 to 6 people. And it's all improv, and it's all different games. And we don't have... Nothing is planned at all from the start. And it's all going to be completely random. Yet, if we do it right and we all are in the same group mentality, somehow it's all going to relate back and all make sense at the end if we get it right, if we can do it. And there's no guarantee we're going to get it right either.
Right.
And to me, I just remember reading about this and like the whole thing, and I'm thinking like, for one, it reminds me of when I was a kid and you would just play games with your friends. Like, you know, like I always thought it'd be fun. Like I never had a friend to do this with, where it's like, oh, let's play a game where we tell a story one word at a time. So I say a word, you say a word, and then eventually we've told a story. And that's just fun because, or maybe I say 5 words, then you say 5 words. Because you can't predict where it's going to go, and it's all about that. And as a kid, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought that'd be fun. And I think improv is all of that, but like, you know, keeping in touch with that. And I think that's what life is, and also like you apply those principles to life, and that was kind of what the book was saying too. You take that stuff out of improv, and really that's just what life is. That's what freestyling will tell you too. Like I think rapping and writing down lyrics is just freestyling, but you get to change it and you get to revise. Like really, that's the only difference.
It's a revising freestyle.
Yeah, like when you first came up with it, it kind of was a freestyle. It was like and that was it freestyled in your brain, and then you got the chance to write it down. And so to me, it's just the more and more you do improv and the more and more you think that way, the better and better you get at it. And the better and better you get at it is just going with the flow and rolling with things. And no matter what the situation is, you kind of learn to yes and, because that's the whole improv thing, is never know, because that's how you're going to ruin a scene. That's like one of the first rule of improv they'll ever tell you is never know but. And I think this applies to conversations, right? So it's like if you tell me something I disagree with, like if you say, oh, I love carrot cake. You say, I love carrot cake, and I hate carrot cake. I can't say like, yeah, I hear you, but like, you know, carrot cake's probably like the worst things ever made, and I would never eat carrot cake because that shit's trash. Like if I say that, what the fuck are you gonna say? There's literally nothing you can say. But if you were to say, I love carrot cake, and I say like, Oh yeah, carrot cake's good. What other desserts you like? Boom, there you go. Like now we're in a completely different. You see how different those two responses are?
Okay, yeah.
And I just think like if people thought that way, like, I think improv teaches you so much because it teaches you to go with things and not get in your own way.
Okay.
And your own creativity, you know, because and it's also serving the scene. That's a big thing they'll teach you in improv. It's not about you. It's not about entertaining the audience and being the funniest person in the room. That's how you ruin a scene. Like if someone says to you, and we're doing improv, and it's the beginning of the scene, we're establishing the scene.
Right.
And so I'm like, you know, hey, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm good. We shake hands, and you look down at my hand, and I look down at your hand, and you say, oh my God, how did you shake my hand? You don't have arms. Well, now you look like an idiot because you just shook my hand. And so what are you supposed to do? But I'm just trying to be funny and say you don't have arms. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't serve the scene. Like, for me to do that made no sense. And, like, now you're in a weird position because now you have to go, oh, yeah, no, I don't. Like, you have to make something up. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm schizophrenic. I thought we were shaking hands. You have to make up some, and it can be funny,
right?
But you're putting me in a bad position by making me out to look like I was breaking the rules when you broke the rules, and you'll see that all the time. It's like, but it's just in one of those things. You never try to entertain. I think that applies to, again, conversations, right? Because when you come in with the motive, if you come in like, oh, I'm going to say this, this, and this, then all of a sudden, like now you're all worried about what's going on. You're all like hyper focused about, you know, you'll see that just doing interviews in general. Some people are just a little bit more aware. They're more hyper aware.
Oh, yeah.
Like you'll have people who are super chill, like, oh, that was easy. And then you'll have other people where it's like, oh shit.
A lot of people can't be prepared for stuff like that. People need a lot more preparation.
You'd be surprised, dude. Because I think this is super laid back, but I'll just see people like taking, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, people get nervous.
Yeah, they do. And that's, you know, again, like you do interviews, you do any show, like you learn that too. People get nervous. They really,
oh yeah.
I'll never forget one time when I was doing the 60 seconds with thing, I would leave I had to pee. I had to pee so bad. So I was recording. I said, hold on, I got to pee. So maybe it was right before we started, or maybe I stopped mid-interview. So I leave the camera sitting there. I go pee. And I remember listening to it back later, and it was him and his girl. And he was like, oh, girl, and you could hear her say, no, baby, it's all good. Baby, it's all good. You're doing great. And I just remember thinking, oh, I couldn't even tell he was nervous. I didn't even know. But I was listening to that after. I was like, oh, his girl was comforting him. He was probably nervous. He was probably thinking, how do I look on camera?
Artists is like one of the most like, we need people, of course, for the sake of like needing the fans and everybody to come outside, but a lot of artists are antisocial, bro. Just nervous, like I only talk to people because I got to. I'm only outside because like I'm trying to get to where I'm going. I'm not outside because I want to be outside.
I know this is what I have to do. Yeah,
it's like
I've learned steps too from going from rappers mainly to comedians mainly. Comedians are so much easier to just riff with and roll with and talk with, in the sense that that's kind of why they do podcasts and radio for the most part in general. That's just what they do. They're used to talking, and they're used to having opinions, where it's like you talk with a musician and it's a lot different. Musicians are a lot more, I think it's just the way that they think. I just think like the way their mind is tuned towards music makes it so they like, I think more like a comedian than a musician, because comedians, they just love ideas and they'll just roll with any idea.
Oh yeah, because if you do stand up, you got to get in front of a room full of people and talk.
Yes,
and you have to entertain them with the conversation.
You don't know what it's gonna be.
You don't know what it's gonna be. And with music, it's like
you're creating everything from the ground up.
You're creating everything from the ground up, but you could also do this with nobody else in the room.
Yep.
And then you have to perform what you created outside, but it's like it's in the confines of this 3-minute song that I just made.
And it's different, but it's never truly different. Like it's always kind of the same. Like you can do improv things, and you can find ways to like work that into your music, but ultimately music is fundamentally different in the sense that it's so much safer. I feel, I always tell comedians that I'm like, what you do, like, it's just funny. That's a thing where every comedian wants to be a musician. Every musician wants to be a comedian. Like, that's just a thing. Mm-hmm. And I always tell them, like, I respect what you do. I would never want to do it because I don't even, for one, you have to suck at it first. You'd suck for a long time.
Yeah.
And also just, it's fundamentally different because I'm safe. I already know I'm good.
I don't even need this audience to like me. You understand? I'm good. Like, as a comedian, you are so codependent on the audience. Like, you go out there and they don't laugh at the jokes, you feel that in your soul. Whereas for me, even if it's an off night, like, I am safe. I don't have any, like, I know my music. I know I felt what I performed. Like, for me, it's all about, did I feel what I performed? Was I there? Was it good to me? Like, if I saw it back on camera, would I believe in it? Because if so, I don't care if the audience didn't like it, because that was me. That's what I brought to the table that night. Whereas a comedian cannot do that. You can't do that. And I'm actually worried I'm going to become a comedian if I ever try, and I'll have the rapper mentality, and I'll be like, no, bro, I killed, bro. I fucking killed that shit. And then I did not kill.
People have done it. Donald Glover.
It's possible.
It's very possible.
But again, it's years and years. Like, what I love about comedians is that they have this mentality where it's like, you have to do it for so long to be good at it. I wish musicians thought that way. Because I don't think you're good in your first year of even if you are good, you don't realize how much better you will get. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep creating. Yes. Don't make one song a month. Like, just constantly create. Just get yourself in the habit of creating, because you don't even realize how good you can be. That's how I feel about it. And musicians, I think you have the safety net of, just you make a good song, you just post that song constantly.
I be under-creating sometimes. I feel like I under-create.
Well, and you can. As a musician, it's safe. You can. Yeah,
because like it's like I say 2 years ago, I made 100 songs in a year. And
damn.
I probably made like 120.
It's a lot. But
like, I'm also in school and work, doing all of these things, and then I made 120 songs in the same year.
Yeah.
But like in the last like year, maybe 2 years, I probably only equaled up from 2025 to present day. I probably only equaled up to maybe 70.
Yeah.
If that.
That's not bad.
It's not, but for me, I'm like, I'll be thinking like
you got your own standard.
Yeah, I got my standard, because I look at like people I like listening to, and like they be in interviews like, yeah, we done lost hard drives. Hard drives. Like, 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte.
Speaking of Kendrick, you go on YouTube, just type in Kendrick unreleased. So many random fucking songs.
Yes.
Like there's songs that sound like westerns. You're like, it sounds like a country song. You're like, what was this even for? Why did he make this?
Throwing paint at the wall.
Yeah.
And to get to, damn.
I mean, Kanye's there was so many unreleased. People like the unreleased versions of Ye's songs more than the one that came out later that was the official version. Mm-hmm. That's how much like Kanye unreleased lore there is. It goes so deep with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the amount of, because I think that what I've come to understand I don't like that, because I just think everything should be everywhere, especially with the world now. Like, what's the use in making a song and not give? I believe spiritually in music. Like, why would I make a song if I didn't get to share it? I don't even understand that. But I've come to understand that in the industry, that's very common for like so many songs to just get put to the wayside. And maybe it's curation. Maybe that wasn't the best for this project.
It's like everything is not for the world to hear type thing. But
I don't agree. I would give everything away.
Yeah, like in my personal opinion, like I want to eventually get to a part where like even my most terrible music I've ever created, which is like in the beginning.
I think it's better that it's there, that it's out there.
Yeah,
people can see the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you could go on YouTube and find my first song ever, and then you could still go on Spotify and find the last song I created.
What I hate though is if you leave all of it on streaming, like people, if you show them your music, they'll be like, oh, they'll put you on shuffle and it'll play all your older stuff. And you're like, oh, that's not quite.
Yeah, I have this one project I was not good at mixing.
Yeah, that's my oldest stuff. It's not even bad. Like the lyrics are good. My performing is good. It's the mixing that sucks.
Yes, my mixing was terrible back then.
Yeah.
I was still trying to figure out
Pro
Tools.
That's the perks of learning to mix yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like
you'll actually ruin your potential because no one knows how good it could have been. You listen to those songs, you're like, oh, this was like in my mind.
Especially like now when I go back and I listen to those songs, I'm like, I could have did that so much better today.
I bet you went through a long period of time where you didn't listen to them, so you're like, those are actually probably pretty good. And then you probably listened to them again after you got better at mixing, and you realize how bad they were.
Oh my god!
Because that's what happened to me. I was like, those songs are actually not that bad. And then I went back and actually listened to my oldest music, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. I think because I went through phases. Like at some point, everything was just too loud, just like fucking. It looked like a block in the mix. Other points, it was just like I don't even know, too much reverb, too much, barely any EQ. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing.
Man,
dude. It was all an experiment at the start. I was just pouring things in a beaker.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I was on BandLab. Crazy. This is before BandLab had a subscription. Before they was like
Were
really
you
big.
doing like YouTube tutorials? How'd you learn things?
I was just playing with it.
Really?
Yeah, cause like as much as I would like go to YouTube tutorials and everything, more so now than ever. But like back then, I was just like, fuck it. Like I don't even. When I first tried it, I was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I put it down for a while, then I picked it back up, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is how you record. You put the headphones here, you know, this is where that track goes. Okay, cool. And then, oh, they got presets. They make your voice sound like this, so it don't sound like the rest of it. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm starting to learn a little bit about the EQ, the noise gate, the reverb, and everything. But like, when I first started making the songs, the mixing was still terrible. Don't get me wrong. The mixing was still trash. Yeah. However, I was teaching myself to record myself.
Right.
And my first song ever, it took me probably like months to finish my first song ever because of my standards. Like I didn't know everything that went into making a song. Like some songs you need a hook, some songs you don't. Some songs it's like I did a freestyle over a Logic beat. That was my first song ever where like I just rapped for like 3 minutes and 22 seconds and like that was it. And then, you know, later on down the line, probably a couple months after that, I got my first song with a hook. I'm like, okay, there go hooks. Like, I'm listening to my favorite rapper. Oh, they got hooks, they got choruses, they got bridges. I'm starting to learn, like, the structure of it. But BandLab is so easy to use. It's like, you really don't have to be, like, a master engineer to use BandLab. You can record it from your phone. You can record it from your laptop just to get the song out. Just to, like, get the idea on audio so you can listen back to it. Mm-hmm. But like when you get to like the Pro Tools, the Logic, the Abletons, and you trying to like mix out the song the best way possible, it's a lot more intricate because you got to piece in those plugins like manually. But BandLab will give you presets, and all you got to do is adjust them.
Right.
Like when you doing everything from scratch, you got to make the preset. Or you got to find a database or something, or maybe somebody you watch on YouTube, they might have a preset like, you just shift the EQ here, shift the EQ here. This is how I get vocals to sound like this.
And even a preset is just a bass.
Yeah.
You know, like there's gain staging and all that. Like you can have a preset, but if you don't look at the levels at which the compressor is hitting, then does it even matter? You know, like I feel like so many people who don't know mixing, they'll just click the preset on.
Yeah,
and
I still don't know mixing.
I mean, there's not much you need to know truly, because I don't even think I really know. But I just think like I said, at the very least, you throw on a preset, click in and check the compressor, because like I mean, compressors, right? The whole point is you don't want to overcompress. So what I try to do is I'll layer the compressors. So I'll have like, and with the podcast I do this. With the podcast, I actually kind of like overcompress these on purpose because I like that. I think it sounds like NPR-ish almost.
Okay.
And it also makes it nice and tight. It makes it nice and big.
Right.
Like it makes it so if you're playing this on a phone, it's big. And really what it is it's like you throw 3 compressors on one vocal, but you just kind of do all of them not too hard. Like I do think I do the first one regular, and then the other 2 I kind of like half push it, and then the third one I push it again. And so in my mind, it's like because what you're doing is you're not over compressing where it's one just doing all this shit at once and squishing all of it. Instead, you're doing layers of that, and it's bigger, and it actually makes it really big. It makes everything big, whereas before you were just kind of squishing it. Now everything's a little bit more uniform. It's like little things like that where, again, all it takes is like YouTube. Everything I know is from YouTube. Oh, okay, yeah. There's nothing I know that's like, oh yeah, I went to Harvard.
Yeah, I learned how to. I was teaching myself how to produce based off YouTube.
Yeah. So when you say you don't know how to produce, and I say I don't know how to produce, I want people to know. All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm trained by YouTube Academy.
Oh my gosh, I'm a YouTube scholar.
Yes.
I got playlists on top of playlists. just tutorials on everything I want to know. Tutorials, just playlists.
I mean, and you know, especially if you're making beats too. I mean, I'm not even doing that. I'm just worried about how my vocal is sitting on things, and I don't even like to get stems because I get stems. I'm like, oh, maybe I should give this to somebody.
Oh yeah, I go like the
stems stress me out.
Yeah, the way I do it now, I record everything, I make the beat, whatever, and then I'm going straight to the studio. Here go the stems. Yeah, like I re-record the vocals there. But
they handle the stems for you.
Yeah,
nice.
So like they mix everything the way it's supposed to be because they know how loud the kick may need to be. They know how loud the hi-hats might need to be.
People don't even know that's its own job.
Yes,
Jesus.
like, and a lot of the people who engineer vocals, a lot of engineers now don't know how to engineer like full beats unless they make their own or they make beats and know how to mix it. But like a lot of them. If you learn in engineering off YouTube, a lot of them don't know how to mix beats because they go get a full YouTube beat, just download it from YouTube, and then they just put the vocals on top of it, and then just try to make everything sound loud, and then try to fit the voice into an already mixed pocket. So it's like when you have a full beat and all the stems, and you're able to give it to an engineer, and they're able to make room for the voice to sit in, it comes out way better than you would imagine.
Oh yeah, it's not even a comparison.
Because like BeatStars, and you go and get the stems off of BeatStars, and you get that lease that gives you the stems. It's like you go give it to the engineer so that they can play with it, and like they hear like the engineers I rock with. I'd be like, look, man, if you hear a drop, if you hear something in this song where it's like, oh, maybe I could put a filter right here, like I'm like, look.
Like, feel free to
experiment. And we could talk about changing it later. But like, I want you to like, please.
Well, especially because like, that's why I think you should work with other producers and other music video. Like, if you're doing a music video, you work with other people who have a good vision, right? Because they're gonna make choices that you just wouldn't have made. They're gonna see something in your thing that you couldn't have seen.
Yes,
like you wouldn't have thought to put a filter.
That's the
there.
beauty of collaboration.
Yeah,
it's like when you got multiple minds working on something, you're gonna get a product that you wouldn't believe is your product.
Yeah,
that's why I love about like working with like filmmakers, cinematographers.
Yeah, that's what I want to get into because I haven't been making music videos, and really it's because I know like when I do, it's got to be like a big step. It's got to be I got to get some filmmakers together. I want it to be like, yo, Ruse dropped the music video, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's exactly.
I do
what
all
happens.
These little social media things, but no, music video's got to be a big deal.
Yeah, my friend, I got this friend I met working at my job. His name is Abe, directed by Abe on Instagram. This man, we had shot my music video for my song Roseland that I dropped on my EP March 30th.
Okay.
And when it came out, it was like a wave. It was like, it came out at the perfect time. It was like God was like, look, bro, I know you wanted it to be out before March 30th, but this is the perfect time. It was like everything was happening in the same week. Like I got 2 shows. I got Radio Freestyle came out. My NFO Cypher came out all in the same week. I got a PR
everything
lady.
Happens for a reason.
Literally. Yeah. And it started off on that Monday when the video came out. Same day the video came out, my Campus Culture Freestyle came out. Then the wave hit. It was like everything came all at once. And this was all just last week. I'm like, it was crazy. But like, he put so much care into what he does, and the aesthetic of it is so dope. Like, if I could, I would do all my videos with him.
Yeah.
I just know that price. Like, that's my dog. That's my dog, and I don't mind paying it. However, paying it all the time when I want to do a video, because I want to do videos all the time. I got ideas for days. But like, to pay that price all the time, like, I got other bills to pay, and they wouldn't get paid if I were to do that. So it'd be like, I'm gonna put some stuff together. I'm gonna catch you on the next one or the next one after that. But like, we can get at least one right now.
I learned talking to my buddy Crackalack, and he's actually the one who told me that funnel thing earlier. He's super smart. He does like music. He does music marketing. He has a studio. He makes beats. He does mixing. He has like a podcast studio that he sells out. His studio is called the Crack House. So it's awesome. He's in Lansing, Michigan. So shout out Crackalack. He's fucking awesome.
That's
guy.
fire.
It's phenomenal. But why did I mention him? What did you just say right before that?
The paying for the
Oh yeah, because he told me that with people who like he learned when he made his music videos more expensive because he's around like I want to say $1,500 now. Like it's pricey, but his content is phenomenal. Like it's worth the $1,500.
Right.
And he told me that when he moved up in price, he noticed that the people would like the customers themselves were more reliable when you go to a higher price.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing those $100 music videos, you get $100 customers because it's just, and when you do $1,000 music video, you get $1,000 customer.
Right.
And it's a huge difference because the $100 guy is going to have a lot more complaints and a lot more requests and a lot more this and a lot more that. The $1,000 guy just expects you to do your job. That's kind of the difference you notice. Like the people are more professional when you move up the ranks in money.
Absolutely.
People just kind of understand the game once you start paying.
And I completely understand the game where it's like, look, if I'm creating the concept myself, which because I went to school for filmmaking, so I could do it, but it might not be the aesthetic that he would do it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a little bit different.
And you want somebody who's really has quality too.
Yeah. And like I like your eye a little bit more when it comes to like color grading or effects. You know a little bit more about the VFX effects and everything. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to you because of course. And then you got your price. I'm not mad at your price. But
I just can't do that.
It's like I can't do that every time, and I might have to do a payment plan right now. It's like I might like the first day of shooting. Like if we do multiple days of shooting, the first day I'm gonna throw 100 at. If you charging me like $400, the first day I'm gonna throw 100 at you. The next day we shoot, that's another 100. Then like when the video and the product is done, I got the rest of it for you. I got you.
That's fair.
Cause like it to do 400 all at once, like. My car no 450, bro. Like I already have to get 450 out all at once. Yeah. Then the insurance comes out. That's a whole different thing. That's 200 by itself. So like I already got to pay 600 in bills, and my paycheck is not that hefty. So like 400, I'm like, I got you, but let me dip into some other things. Let me put me on your payment plan, and I got you.
I'd probably try to like sprinkle in extra shit. I'd be like, well, okay, but maybe we could like find a way to do it behind the scenes, get some extra content, for free. Like on the side.
See, I be doing that, or I might bring in one of my homies who don't. Like we do stuff for each other all the time, and we don't charge each other for all that stuff. Because I just got homies that like,
oh, dude, it's worth it.
Yeah,
I need to do that, especially like I have a Patreon, and that's what's supposed to be there, stuff like that, like behind the scenes. Like this is even like something like this when we're talking beforehand before the cameras actually turn on. It's just I don't like being that guy. Like, hey, you mind if before we start here, I turn on this for my Patreon? Because I'm trying to establish a chill environment. I'm trying to be cool.
Right.
So if I do that, it's gonna fuck that up. But that would be the type of thing where it's like, oh, before we start, and really the only way is you have a dude with a camera right there from the jump. Right. Because then it's just established, like, oh, okay, everything's being filmed. Like, then they already know. They might already think the podcast started for all they fucking know. The guy's with the camera over there.
So as soon as you walk in, I'm going to clip you up on this mic. The podcast is started.
Because, what would you do? You show up to somebody's crib, immediately a guy's got a camera on you. And you're like, okay, I guess that's what this is.
we living in a day and age where that's regular.
It's right, but that's what I mean. Yeah, it's regular. But otherwise, it's like, fuck, now I got to like, hey, you mind if we record this right now? The guy is the socially appropriate way to do it. Just having a guy there.
Oh yeah. You got another guy up in there with a camera. Oh yeah, that's the cameraman. Oh yeah, how you doing, bro?
Funny because I think it looks a lot worse if you're just holding a phone. If you're just holding a phone all the time, I don't think it would look as cool. It's just not as socially acceptable. Everybody's like, oh god. But if you have a guy behind you with the camera, oh well, now you're a social personality.
Yeah, but
now you mean something.
A lot of people don't want to do that job, but a lot of people do want to.
If I had money, oh dude, I would have that guy.
But like,
are you kidding me? If I had money, I would have a guy follow me around all the time.
Yeah, but it's the money though.
I'd be like, bro, I'm about to write something. Can you come over?
Yeah, because like the way I be doing it, I just be like, you know what? If I can't get nobody, I'm gonna just set cameras in a bunch of different spots.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna just press record. And when I walk through, we're just gonna clip it. We're just gonna clip everything.
The origins of Kai Cenat right there.
They're right there.
That's how it began.
Yes.
All these IRL streamers. They're like, you know what? If nobody else is gonna do it, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Because like when they streaming on the and they got they set up, they could just sit right there. But if they walking through the house and he doing 30 days of stream, people watching him sleep.
It's like Big Brother on yourself.
Yeah, it's like now you got to get all these angles, and this camera got to be following you. So you got to get a motion sense. Like, it's a lot of money that goes into streaming. And it's a lot of money you get from it too, depending on the type of streamer you are.
I've learned recently, because I never realized this, like Kick. So they have this whole platform where a lot of it is like clipping. And I wonder how long they've been doing this, because it makes me wonder how much of this is the reason I've even been exposed to this content, because that's the whole idea. They pay people, and a lot of it's Kick. So I don't know how many people are on this platform, Kick, but they'll pay people through a Discord server to clip the content, and based on the amount of views, they get paid out. And anybody can do this.
Fire.
But it's actually like, if you're an American, you're probably not gonna make that much money. Really, it's better if you're foreign, because it's the conversion rate, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, I would, when I heard this, I was like, oh, sign me up, dude. But the problem is, you have to make your own, because it's exclusive to these Kick partners. And there's all these big names you see, like Clavicular's the biggest one, because he's big right now. He's the guy with the jaw.
Yeah.
And he looks like handsome Squidward. And so I'm pretty sure so much of this social media exposure is manufactured. But when I say that, I put that in quotations, because they're kind of just gaming the system.
Yeah.
Like, you're just flooding the system with content, and you're already doing the streaming, but you're paying people to clip it.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of streaming is that. It's like, it's you're just making content by proxy, just by existing, and then it's the clipping of it that really makes you go fucking crazy viral. It's what with podcasts, it's the same thing. Like, most people don't really watch full podcasts; they see clips, and that's how podcasts got so huge. It's clips. I mean, clips blow all this shit up. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever watched Kai Cenat for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Now that I think about it, I don't think not even once.
I don't think I could personally watch a stream.
I'm not into it.
Yeah,
I don't like the culture around it.
Yeah, I don't. It's not even I don't like the culture. It's like, I enjoy my life so much that I couldn't be watching somebody else's for like longer than like couple minutes, like maybe 10 minutes max.
No,
unless I'm involved in some way, shape,
or it's like
fashion.
Artistic. It's an artistic thing.
I got a homie. He's a streamer. He does gaming content. He does a whole bunch of stuff. He's Fade Deer on TikTok and streaming. He just hit 500,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out him. But like, I watch his streams, but I watch his clips more than his streams, because it be funny stuff.
Yeah.
But also, like, every so often, if I'm in the stream, he'll invite me to the stream. We talking. So like, I'll do that for a couple hours.
Yeah.
But to watch the stream, knowing I'm like, I got some music to make. I got some videos to do. I'm like, I want to go outside and be creative. I'm like, it's a nice day outside. Like,
well, I feel like it's just that social media thing where it tricks you into like being the follower. You don't even realize. Like, I'll be watching lives. Like, wait a minute. I am the leader.
I rather meet these people. I rather like actually hang out with these guys.
That's how I feel.
Because like I've met like streamers in real life, but I've also met like artists in real life. Where like JID is also like one of my favorite rappers of this era and generation.
Yeah.
And meeting him in real life is way better than just watching a music video. Not gonna lie, because it's like, you seeing the person, he's performing the songs, and then you get to dap him up like, bruh, you've been inspiring me for a couple of years, and I appreciate what you've been doing. I feel like that's a better moment, but you wouldn't be able to get that on stream.
No.
Like, that's not the same. It's not the same feeling to me.
Not at all.
And I think people got away from that when COVID hit and everybody was scared to go outside. And when COVID, it's not away, but like when it kind of calmed down and everybody was able to walk outside without mask on, a lot of people just decided, I kind of like it in the house.
Oh, in all sorts of ways. I mean, just in all sorts of industries. You look at the film industry. I think that it's coming back around. I think it's just a boomerang effect, and I think it's also like with AI now. I think people are rejecting this whole antisocial idea, and people are more and more like moving towards live shows and live performance and real interactive things in real life, because we all know how fucked up we've been. I just think you can't. No matter who you are, you cannot be in your own living space for a year and a half, 2 years, and expect yourself to be normal afterwards.
Oh, nah.
No. And you can't consume content on the internet and not interact with people around you. Like, for some people, they had a good group of friends and they didn't do all that. But for most people, it was a lot of isolation. And I think that just I think a lot of people like, it's like, eye contact, just basic shit, or it's like just talking to each other and basic shit. Like, especially like, it's gotten better now. It's 2026. Around like 2024, 2023, you'd see a lot of people who are just kind of like in this weird period of like, they didn't know what to do. Like, they hadn't been outside, like a vampire stepping back into the light.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta adjust that your pupils done dilated when you walk outside. It's like, ooh.
Literally. Yeah.
And I don't think people should like stay in the crib anyway.
In general. Yeah.
Because like
it'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm in an era where like I kind of had the best of both worlds. Because like I'm 24, so like I was born in like right after the 90s ended. I was born in 2001, so like. I got the best of both worlds where like I was outside playing. I didn't really have to worry much about this, that, and the third. I was just kind of like outside, and I didn't get a phone until I was 14. So it's like a lot of the kids nowadays, they getting phones and tablets at 5. I'm like, well, my peoples couldn't get that. So it's like, it's either go outside or be bored. So we were outside. And then, COVID happened and everybody wanted to be inside. But I'm like, I still want to go outside. I'm not.
I mean, and I can only imagine like if you were younger and younger and younger if the world is the way it is now, because I'm 1998. I was born, so I'm 27, and I often think the same exact way where I was right on the edge of cell phones because I'm 10 years old in 2008 when the iPhone comes around. And even then, it wasn't, I don't think social media and all that was really what it is now until I would say somewhere between 2012 and 2016. Like that's where everything really changed.
Yeah, that was a shift.
Yeah. So basically I got to have my childhood because I graduated in 2016.
Right.
So right when I graduate is where... And I can only imagine, like, even just vaping, just random shit where it's like, I think the extremes to which you would see kids take things. Like, I remember when I was in high school, a kid, like, was like, hey, come here. And he took me in the bathroom, and he had this big-ass vape mod, and he just blows this fat vape cloud, and I'm like, whoa. And that was the only time I had ever seen that. And after I got out of high school, I would hear stories about, like, because that's when all these disposables became a thing. And there's just kids in the back of class, like, blowing little disposable clouds. Like, that was not normal when I was in school because it wasn't an option.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just crazy how everything intensifies and gets crazier. And social media only, like, Galaxy Gas, have you heard of this one?
Nah.
Dude, so it's like you thought kids vaping in class is crazy. Kids are bringing Galaxy Gas to class, which is basically like nitrous oxide. So it's like kids are huffing this thing.
Oh, yeah, huffing the night. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro, I'm so high, bro. It's like that, and they're at school. And it's Galaxy Gas, so it's fun.
Look, man.
And like, to me, it's just, that's my example, right? That's like just little things where it makes me value. Okay, I was on right before everything got crazy. I almost feel like the simulation actually ended in 2012. The world just ended because everything is just too crazy now. It's unbelievable. It's idiocracy. It's Grand Theft Auto. It's the world that we saw in the Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh my gosh.
We're in that now. Like every now and then I'll see like the clavicular. The fact that guy is a real person. Like he is a character from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like he's GTA 4. Like he's life has become parody. It really has become a parody of itself, and it makes me think the simulation's broken. Like the aliens that are running this are like, damn, this one's going wild.
Yeah,
like this is going longer than all the other ones. We should let it roll.
They're like, we just gonna let the game play.
Dude, it's
idle
crazy.
mode for a while. We just gonna let it go in idle mode till it levels itself out. And if it don't, oh well.
I mean, I wonder how the simulation ends. There's all sorts of. I don't think it's a nuke. I don't think it's like a world annihilation. I think it's actually gonna be something we don't expect. It's gonna be like something like kind of like out of left field. It's got to be something wild. I think it's aliens. I think aliens are gonna come. They're gonna touch down on Earth, and just explode it like the Death Star. You're just gonna blow a laser at it and just blow it up. That's my prediction for the future.
I mean,
the sun's gonna go out eventually. So if there's the eventual heat death of the sun. There is that. But that's like millions and millions and millions and millions of years. I'm thinking soon. I'm thinking aliens. Let's say I'll even put my prediction in the next 200 years. Within the next 200 years, the aliens, they're beaming us. They're tired of this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but what's your prediction? How do you think it all ends?
I think it's gonna be like.
You think Jesus returns? The Revelations?
I think he returns, but I think before that it'll be like a meteor shower.
Ooh.
I think asteroid hits Earth gone. I think it's just gonna
one?
be just one. That's all it needs.
Like the dinosaurs.
Like dinosaur type of wipeout.
That's like one of my nightmares, and just the idea of like a giant tsunami wave, because you see it in movies. Like now we all kind of have that image, but I mean that's what it is. It's the giant wave. Like I'm talking a wave, fucking like that movie Interstellar. If you ever saw that movie, oh, there's a scene in that movie where it's like I'm talking miles tall, and this wave's just coming at you. Just like it looks like a cloud, because that's the end of the world.
Yeah.
If the asteroid hits, and it would happen so fast, it would just whoosh, and it's over. You would maybe hear it coming, maybe.
Yeah, but like
the animals would hear it.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Nothing. Like, that's the question. There's been movies too where it's like Don't Look Up was that. It was an asteroid. There was the Nicolas Cage movie, Knowing. That was an asteroid. That was the one I saw back in the day. It was Nicolas Cage. Like, there's an asteroid. It's coming. I know.
I think we might. Honestly, I think we might get zombies before we get like
remember Flocka? When it was people on the drug and they were acting like zombies. Or first there was, I don't know if it was related to Flocka, but I think it was. It was the guy who did Free Coney. And he like came out in the public and he was naked and running around naked, and he turned out to be on drugs. And I want to say it was Flocka. And Flocka, there was videos of like people, it was like a guy next to a bus and he's just smashing his head on the side of the bus.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And he looks like a zombie. And it was this drug called Flocka.
I don't even think the zombie would happen. I think the drug that turns people into zombies would happen.
Exactly. That's what Flocka kind of was.
Yeah, because I think if that. Then exactly that, because I don't think like.
Well, do you think
the
like
heart is gonna?
So it wouldn't be permanent.
No,
it would be a drug.
Could be curable, but it's gonna be so out of control that people are just gonna start killing people off. That's what I think.
It's funny because I think if you wanted to do like a story about it or introduce it, the only way it would make sense, it would have to be an injection. It would have to be like a vaccine or something, but people would never accept that. They would hate that story. So it would be political just by nature.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the only way it would work, because then nobody would know it until it's too late and they're all already zombies. That's the only way. Because if it's a pill you take, then you would just take it, it's gone. It has to be something that's in your blood.
Right.
It's stuck in your blood. You somehow, like an injection would be the only way. Maybe if there was these like crazy, it starts as an injection, like it starts as these drug users, and everybody thinks it's a drug because they're leaning over, they're doing the drug thing. It looks like the fentanyl. They think it's a fentanyl, but then one of them bites somebody, and again, at first everybody's kind of like, the world's crazy. People are biting people. Right. But then all of a sudden, the guy that they bite, it infects him with the fent that he was taking, and it gets in the bloodstream.
You bite hard. You bite down hard enough, and the DNA goes into the bloodstream. It's like
so it could still start because it would spread through bites.
Yeah,
so
it would spread through bites.
Yeah, it would work. It would still work.
Yeah, I think if zombies were to ever be in real life, that's why I believe that, like,
I think it could be real.
I believe like movies that be making things that or the subject matter be like the end of the world of some sort. I feel like they be so real, and they need to stop making these movies, because even movies and TV shows, because I feel like although they may be good, I feel like the more and more you make movies about this shit, the closer and closer it is to happen.
I think I like the chicken or the egg. It's like, does it exist because you made the movie, or does the movie exist because it was always going to happen? Like they were just predicting what was already going to. Like if you look at iRobot, where it's like all these robots that look like these Tesla bots.
I feel like that's closer now than it has ever been.
Yeah, because we literally have Tesla. Oh, it's going to be a robot that'll live in your house and it's going to help you. Oh yeah, great idea. That sounds great. Yeah. I've never seen the Terminator before.
So you ever seen Megan?
Right. That's a newer one.
Exactly.
But even these classics, right? It's like they're all trying to warn you about the possible dystopian future. But what I think is, because I think about that, I think like, man, these movies are so ahead of their time. But then I think, well, maybe they just knew because it was obvious. Like maybe it was always just so obvious this is the way that stuff was going to go. Like James Cameron just knew, like, oh, if we're making robots, we're definitely going to make a robot that'll kill everybody shaped like a human. Like eventually we're going to get to that point. Might as well make it Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean,
but I feel like that's how, like, I mean, it was interesting. There's some book around here too. It's like Michio Kaku, and he's written books about like the impossible stuff from sci-fi that's made possible now, or the stuff that might be possible in the future. And that's what the beginning of the book he's saying is like, you know, all this stuff we used to talk about in sci-fi, it looks like magic, and we're thinking, how could this be possible? And eventually it just becomes real. And it's like, you know, it's just a question of how, and the stuff you think is impossible now and it's magic and it can't be real, maybe it is possible through science, because they never thought in the 60s or the 50s or the 40s, if you show them the technology you have now, I mean, you take a cell phone back to the 1800s, they wouldn't even know what this is. You know, like they would not even know how to react. A camera, like just a regular, everyday digital camera, take that back there and show them. Like record them a video on 4K, bring a flat screen and find a way to plug it in. Like show them all that. They'll be blown away.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so it's just and then one of the examples I think is like in Star Trek. I think it's the example in the book is he talks about how they were talking to each other over the phone essentially on Star Trek through their spaceships. It was almost like showing you what cell phone communication and video chats and all that is going to be like. One thing you'll see in a lot of older sci-fi movies is like video chats. Like 2001: A Space Odyssey does that, where it's Stanley Kubrick and he's basically doing a live chat with somebody. And that movie was made in the early 60s. And he's doing like basically a FaceTime call, right?
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's either that was always going to happen, or he's just such a genius visionary ahead of his time, or maybe he even put it the idea into the universe, or the idea was already there, and
I feel like it was gonna come eventually.
It was gonna happen. Yeah, I just feel like that's what it is. When you see that stuff, you're like, how could they could have known? I just feel like it was inevitable.
Like, because if you could see the telephone and making phone calls, and then you can, in a separate thing, see a camera get a picture or an image.
Yeah, just imagine then.
Just imagine bridging them. It's like, I feel like two things that exist separately and bridging them, it's easy. It's easy to imagine if they were together.
Yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense that the iPhone exists.
Yeah.
Like the person, like maybe he was just like, what if we bridge them?
Yeah.
What if we make it touchscreen? Like all of these things, like
you know, a movie I just watched that's like one of the best movies of all time, and I think it's a good movie, but if you understand what it is, it's even better. And it's Citizen Kane, because it's like, I always knew it was a good movie. People say it's a great movie, and when I was watching it, you know, I was thinking, oh, it's all right. And then I looked up like the story behind the movie, and it's a movie that was made in 1941 in like the studio system of 1941, and somehow Orson Welles was able to get them to let him star in the movie, direct the movie. He had final cut. He could edit everything. Basically, he got to make whatever the fuck he wanted, and he had like this huge budget to do it, or at least a decent budget to do it, right?
Right.
That was unheard of in the 40s. And again, ahead of its time. Because now you talk about auteur directors and, oh, this guy, this auteur filmmaker, he makes great, like, you know, Scorsese, or directors where you say their name, you know, everything, their style, everything about them.
Right.
This was before that was even a concept. And he made this movie that was just purely his own vision somehow, you know, and that's in the 40s. And it's just mind blowing. You know, it's like when you hear like some of the earliest rap where they were kind of like touching on what rap would have been later. Like, you know, because a lot of early rap sounds old, but then you hear a little bit of early rap where it's like, oh, they kind of like knew where this was going.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of like unicorns.
Yes,
in every area.
Unicorns is a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's like even though LL Cool J was old, but like first rapper to say I'm the greatest rapper alive.
Yeah,
and then you get a Talib Kweli. And then you get a Nas.
Yeah.
Then you get a Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Then you get a J. Cole.
And again, it just makes me think, like, I wonder, like, was it going to happen, or did somebody set that in place and then people just pick up the idea and roll with it, you know? Like, where does all this come from? Because rap definitely has a running thread of, like, the best ever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the GOAT. You know?
The ability to be creative is like the stem of everything about it. It's like
with hip hop.
Yeah, with anything. It's
with
like
anything.
Because like, of course, hip hop, you got to be creative to come up with some of the stuff that is created. So it's like, if Outkast come up with Miss Jackson, it's like, how the hell you do that? Or like, where did this idea come from? How did that beat even start? How did that subject matter become the final version of that song? Like, you could always ask that question, but like, during the time where they were doing that, it was like two people and whoever else they were working with, because I know they was also like working with Goody Mob and whatever, but like, if Outkast is coming up with, you know, Equimini and like they just putting every piece of song they got together, like Andre come up with a verse and then Big Boy come up with a verse, but they come up with a subject matter that makes sense. It's like two ideas playing along with each other. It's like it's gonna come out to something, because in my opinion, it's like they're the same but also the polar opposites, which make them as dope as they are.
Yeah.
Whereas like Andre is the artsy, the one that's like the most creative is when it comes to music. And even though Big Boy is creative when it comes to music, he seems more like I don't want music to be the only creative medium.
Right.
I'm eventually get into acting. Like, I'm also like, where the money coming at? like you could be worried about this art shit, and I'm worried about the art shit too, but like, I want to know when is our next show and how much we getting paid.
Yeah.
And Andre could be like, well, I know we gonna get paid, but like, look, I need everybody in the world to listen to this music because the South got something to say.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the reason why Andre said the South got something to say, and Big Boy is like the one like in the movies nowadays. He the one that still like look the freshest. Andre, he be out the way making albums on the flute, like,
because that was kind of always the dynamic in the first place.
Exactly, but that's what happens when you bridge polar opposites, but they a yin and a yang.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what create, like when you can create a good servant of balance, creativeness is no limitations.
Well, and I think like bands, that's why bands always break up, because they can't, it's hard to maintain that. Like, you can do it for a little while. It's so hard, just like any relationship.
Yeah.
You know, it's staying together. It's keeping that creative balance.
Yeah.
Bands, it's always like, oh yeah, but why does everybody like you? Why is everybody paying attention to you? You know, it becomes little battles.
Every artist wants to be loved, but I think the problem is...
Or why don't you write it more like how we want you to write it? Or why don't you change this? Why don't you change... It's always like, you know, one person takes over the vision. One ego overtakes the other egos somehow.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's like... I think everybody who makes art in some way, sort of fashion, is like, everybody's selfish.
Oh yeah,
some sort of stuff. Yeah. Even if you like one of the most like genuine, I give. You're selfish in some way, shape, or form, but it's not a bad thing.
Right.
At least not all the time. But like everybody, if you make art, you're selfish, and it's okay. But also, you gotta know there's a limit on it. You could be selfish, but like around limitations. Now, if you feel like you're the biggest person in the world and you're an asshole to all your fans, don't feel bad if you start losing fans.
Right.
It's just, you know, it comes with the territory. But like, also in the same lens, if you give too much, a lot of people gonna be like, all right, that's enough. Like, it's a give and take. You gotta kind of meet it in the middle, where it's like, you're not giving a lot, but you're also not like shitting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not
well put.
I'm like like a lot of people shit on the fact that the same people that they've been trying to get them to listen to their shit is like the reason why they can sell out an arena.
Yeah.
Like, your head can't be so big that you can't see the people behind you. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, if you looking in the mirror, you gonna see everything that's in the mirror, which is you, and whatever's behind you. And if you can't see your fans in that mirror, then your head is too big.
Well, and I think like it's also, I don't know, it's just easy to get away from the reality of it, which is the fact that those there's nothing that puts you above any particular person ever. Just in reality.
No.
Like no matter who you are, where you are,
everybody believes
you just don't know.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know how they got to where they are, or why you matter to them, or what they expect from life, or what they carry with them. None of this shit. You know, none of that.
Right.
You can't know any of that.
No.
And so when it comes to like fans, like I've noticed a lot of people don't even like to say that word. They'll like to say supporters and stuff like that. And I think that's good.
Right.
It's probably a better way to think about it, because fans is kind of almost dehumanizing, almost like just my fans.
Yeah.
Whereas supporters, it's almost like, oh, they're rocking with you. Like
Right.
they're with you.
It's like centralizing and
Yeah, and it sounds like, I don't know, it just sounds more like you recognize the value they hold.
Yeah, because I'd much rather have a bunch of supporters than a bunch of fans.
Exactly. Yeah. Because fans, to me, it's like they like the idea of me, I suppose.
Yeah.
They like this like caricature of me.
Yeah,
Whereas a supporter,
they're
they're with me. Like whatever the fuck I do, they're with me. They support me.
Right.
Whereas a fan, it's like he a fan. You know?
A fan got an opinion, but like I almost look at fans more like the haters, where like you pay attention to everything I do so you can say something bad about it. And the supporters, those are the people that's gonna like champion and also be like, bro, you never listened to 2008, like you never listened to that version of him, bro. Like what? Are you serious? Like those are the supporters. Those are the people you want on your side. But also, you also want the fans on your side, the people that's gonna hate on you, because like it's a reason they talking about you. And you ain't got nobody. If you ain't got nobody hating on you, you may be not doing something good enough.
So the great Patrice O'Neal, the comedian, he once said that you're only doing comedy right if 50% of the audience is horrified and 50% of the audience is having a great time. And I think you can extend that outside of comedy. Like, I actually think that you aren't doing anything substantial or anything notable unless it's somewhat controversial. Like, it has to upset people to make a difference. Like, everything that has ever made a difference ever, that's just on the face of it, it's what it's done. It was different, and people didn't know how to understand it or recognize it, and it was perceived differently, like than what you might expect, you know. And the stuff that lives on throughout time wasn't, it didn't make sense at the time. Like the stuff that was ahead of its time didn't make complete sense at its time. And so I just feel like you kind of, it's almost like that's why you can't care about hate comments. You can't even care about when someone says something negative to you. You have to always remember, like, that doesn't really matter. Like people are just gonna say that. And maybe it mattered. Maybe they're right. But also maybe it doesn't matter at all, and maybe they're just completely wrong. It could be both. You don't know. And so I just feel like if you do something long enough, you learn that. And also,
for sure,
you just have to, because if you're genuinely trying to be creative and genuinely doing that, people are not going to like it. They're going to.
Everybody has an opinion.
Always going to have something to say.
Everybody has an opinion.
Always, no matter what it is. You could believe in it with your heart and soul and put everything into it, and some fucking idiot is gonna look at that and it doesn't matter.
That's a fact too. Oh shit, that was hilarious. I remember, and this had to be like 2022. I was like not so deep in the music shit, but I was making like good music, and I had this is before I knew about like advertisement and where I should be putting my money as far as an artist promotion and whatnot. I had paid an Instagram page because they had a lot of followers. I'm like, oh, it's only $30? Cool. Give you $30. Here's my song. And a lot of people that knew me personally, they was just like people was coming out from the woodworks like, oh my God, I can't believe you got posted.
Oh, really?
It was one of those. But then on the opposite side of that, you got bots in here telling me, oh, this shit ass. This nigga trash. Turn this shit the fuck off. Where like what? I'm like, I thought this shit was pretty good. I never, in my head, I ain't never thought about people might not like this shit. I ain't never thought about that until this point where it's like, okay, I might have my friends listen to some of these songs and I might internally know like, this one not the best, but like I got to get through these growing pains. I got to be creative. I got to go paint at the wall. Some stuff sticks, some stuff don't.
And the internet gives all those people a voice.
Yeah.
As if it was a forum for everybody, whereas really in real life, it never happens. You never play a song and everybody, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
And never.
The thing is about like, people who say stuff on social media, nowadays they might do it, but back in those days, like when it first started coming around and you had the trolls, these people will not come to you in real life and be like, that song is trash.
I don't think they even really do it now. I don't think most of it.
I don't think they do it now.
Really
but
feel like social media is this weird world.
They would if the camera's on them.
Maybe.
And then
that's a good point.
It's either if the camera's on them, they'll do it, but they also might bitch out at the same time.
They'll bitch out because this is what'll happen. They'll do it. But then if you respond like a human being, they won't know what to do and they'll bitch out. That's what'll happen. Like most people don't because they're doing it for the camera. So like if they were trying to get like a viral moment or something and you just respond nice, like, oh, you didn't like it? Why didn't you like that? You know, you just ask them nice questions or something. Yeah. They're immediately like, because you disarmed them. They want you to get mad. They're going for a reaction.
I think it depends because people be having burner accounts. And the people with the burner accounts, they actually love the song.
Yeah. I kind of want haters. I want people with burner accounts hating on me.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
But the people with the actual accounts, like the like DJ Academics, where like he gonna shit on something no matter what it is. And if you in front of him in real life, depending on what he said, he gonna stand by it, depending on what it is.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I mean. I'm like, I respect somebody who say they don't like it online, and then it'll be in your face and like, yeah, I didn't like that song, but I fuck with your grind.
Yes.
Like, I'll appreciate a hate comment in that regard, but like somebody who got a burner account or somebody who just be on social media, they got a decent following, and they just shitting on you, and then you see them in real life, oh, I love your shit. Oh, bitch. Okay. I get it. It's like, yeah, you a bitch in real life. I like that about you.
I don't
stay in the house.
It's just kind of why I've learned, like, again, like to just try my best to not say, like, to talk shit in general. Because also you just don't know. You really don't know. Like, even maybe you have the wrong idea. Maybe you got the wrong version of somebody that day, or maybe you heard the wrong track, or you saw the wrong thing. Maybe you would have liked them, but you saw the wrong version.
Yeah, I don't judge people based off the merits of their music because that don't even be them necessarily.
Oh, me neither. Yeah, me
it's
neither.
Like, because like,
you actually, again, comedians, musicians, you can more accurately judge a comedian based on their comedy than you can a musician based on their music.
Absolutely.
Because a musician, it's so much more...
It's a mask.
It's a mask, and it's so much more, about presentation. Like, what am I showing you?
Yes.
Like, what are you allowed to see? You know? Whereas
that's
comedy, you kind of can't hide. Eventually, you've done it so long, you can't hide anymore.
That's why I like watching rappers and their interviews, their podcast interviews.
That's why I like that podcasts have become so big, because acting and music, you're seeing more and more of these people pop out that you never would have heard from before.
Yes.
And they have to kind of reveal themselves.
Absolutely.
You can't hide.
No, you can't.
You just can't.
And, like, that's why I respect anybody that gets on a podcast like Joe Budden's podcast. Because like
Joe Budden's yelling at him.
Yeah, because like
if how could you like that?
Right. If Joe Budden like feels a certain way about you, he gonna make it vocal. And you have to. It's either
tell you he doesn't like your music.
It's either you gonna react or you just gonna be like, all right, bro. And it's like
he would literally be like, yeah, I think most of your shit's good, but that last song was ass. I'm just gonna tell you off the bat, I think that last thing was weak. He's gonna be like that, and you just have to be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's like type shit. Okay, type shit. All right.
I feel like if you want to be a man in this way, the only thing you do is hold your ground. You have to be like, "Joe, I'm sorry you didn't like it. I think it's fire."
Like I'm
Joe, I'm gonna be honest. I think your last album was ass. If we're going there,
I mean, since we on the subject,
you're right. You gotta give it back
to That's when people get.
Joe, remember when you and Eminem were going at it? You know, that to me, that's my favorite Joe Budden moment is when he came out and said, "You gotta diss me." He said, "I'm not dissing you, Eminem. You gotta diss me first." And he had a whole 50-minute podcast where that was the content of it. He ranted for 50 minutes about that.
Jesus.
That is, to me, like, that's the epitome of Joe Budden. Like, if you want to understand the psyche of Joe Budden, like, that is him. It's like he is, his self-grandeur is on another level, and I respect him for it.
I love, bro, like, and I love Joe Budden.
He knows who he is.
Yes, I love Joe Budden. I love that podcast. Like, my dream is to, like, hit up all them podcasts, but like them like stumbling on my music and be like, you heard of this?
Exactly. Yeah.
And like being like, oh yeah, it's dope. Cause like I used to grow up watching like Zeus and B. Lou rap on freestyle on YouTube and then react like I could only imagine what it would be like if they just saw one of my videos and be like, oh, I would love to have him on the stream. Like,
yeah. I mean, speaking of like freestyle, I don't know, you familiar with Harry Mack?
yeah.
So the beginnings of when he first got popular in like 2015, like he'd already done stuff on YouTube, but he had done stuff for the radio, or I think it was like ASAP Rocky. They had him freestyle in front of him, and then he freestyled in front of Kendrick, and it was somebody else. And I can just only imagine, dude, like not only freestyling, but like in front of these crazy popular rappers, and they were giving him words. So you got like fucking Joey Bad. I think Joey Badass was another one.
Okay, yeah,
just like throwing words at you, and you're just, you just gotta go.
You gotta go.
And it's like, you just can't even imagine that till you're there when you're in front of them.
Bro, I've been in spaces like it's crazy the amount of like fear that goes through one's body when you in a room full of people and you have to freestyle. But it's like, even if you're not freestyling, even if it's just like
a written, like a pre-prepared thing.
But like you doing it in a crowd that don't give a fuck. They could care. Like, I did a public performance at Dreamville Fest the last 3 years of the festival, and I went out there with my speaker, my microphone, unprompted. And the first day I did it, I was scared shitless.
Right.
And it was like, it's a crowd of people lining up. They don't know me. They don't give a fuck about me. But at the same time, they just like, well, shit. I mean, he playing the music, so I'm gonna listen. But like, the shit ass, I'm gonna just turn around, stay in line. But like, you as an artist, when you performing, you trying to get a reaction of a look, something. Just like, I need something of you being like, I don't mind this. I fuck with this. Like, you ain't gotta love it the first time you hear it, but I'm like, I need some type of reaction. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get some followers. I'm doing whatever I gotta do to be where these rappers that I came to see, where they're at. So like, I'm doing everything I can. This is the first thing I thought about on a whim. So it's like, to do that is just some of the scariest shit possible. And I freestyled in the crowd. I was at the year that Drake and J. Cole headlined. Me and this dude I met at the festival, me and him are like great friends now, but we were trying to collab, just network, because like Glorilla was supposed to come out on her set. She didn't come out, so everybody just talking amongst themselves for an extra 15 minutes.
Oh, I see.
And then
so there was just extra time.
It was a lot of extra time, and people were like, all right, we just talking. And then he was like, I was giving out my these business cards with my name on it, and he was like, who had the business card? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And he was like, oh, you make music? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, I produce. Oh, bet, let's lock in. Somebody on the opposite side was like, oh, they about to freestyle. We ain't say that shit. We cypher right now, battle right now. And like, then he pull out the phone. Now the phones are out. And it's like, well, if I'm a rapper like I say I am, he's a rapper like he say he is, it's either we rapping or we bitching. So like, I guess we rapping. And then it was like, I was scared shitless, but some of that fear went away based in the competition, because he said he never lost before. Now it's like, I'm scared, but I don't give a fuck, because like, okay, you got to show me you never lost.
Yeah.
So like, he hit me with a couple bars, and when he started off, I was like, I got him. Because he started off with like, I don't even know what to say. And I was like, oh, I got him.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a fuck what I say.
For kids at home, all right, you have to start freestyling. That's one of the worst things you can ever say in a freestyle.
Yeah.
Don't even know what I'm saying. Like, rapping about the fact that you don't know what to talk about.
Right.
That's a no-no.
It's not.
Say anything else.
But you can make your way out of that as long as the next line or lines are tremendous.
Well, yeah, maybe like, I don't even know what to say, but when I figure it out, you better hope and you pray.
Yeah, like something like that. It would have been, like,
then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, like,
because I built it into something, but that's the only way.
You gotta build it.
Yeah.
Me, I was just like, I'm humbling niggas this year. Then it's like, what that mean? Where he going with that? And it was like, okay, I'm still trying to find the words while I'm flowing.
Yeah.
And then like I had like a scheme.
It's nerve-wracking because you didn't even know you were gonna rap.
No.
That's what would fuck me up. It's like it's off kilter. Like whoa.
But that moment made me ready to rap whenever it was time to rap.
It trained your brain.
Yeah, it trained my brain, because like I was scared shitless.
Oh, yeah.
Because mind you, we're in the crowd. Like, this is Sunday of the festival. So everybody who is in the front of the stage is camping out to see J. Cole. Right. So that means none of these people are moving. Yeah. Like, just because. Like,
they're waiting forever. Like, they're going to wait till it happens.
Yeah. Everybody in the, I was in the front. So everybody's up in here. They've been here since 11 a.m. And J. Cole doesn't hit the stage until 9:45 p.m.
They just want to be in front.
Exactly. And everybody wants that moment to be like, J. Cole saw me. I had my sign of Dreamville DaGod trying shirt with me. I'm over here trying to get noticed just like everybody else. And I'm in the front. And like, if I move, my spot is lost. They may let a girl get back to the front, but a dude?
No.
Yeah, you lost your spot, buddy. You have a great time, I guess. Like, you going all the way back there because you ain't getting up here. You got to be in VIP.
Kind of adds to it because, like, also if you rapped and it went really bad, you're just stuck around those people for the next however long.
And not to say he did bad, but I did better.
That's good.
And like, but like that shit right there, that's fucking nerve wracking.
Oh,
it was crazy.
I like to put myself in situations where I shouldn't be rapping and rap anyway. Because to me, that's the best. Like, that's where I shine. I don't know where this started with me, but my best example is it was Teen Quest. So it's the first time I ever had like a huge audience. And so it was a job training program in high school. It's called Teen Quest. And it was put together by G Cards, like Genesee County something. So the county has this thing they put together where they just send these people to different schools. They train these kids to get jobs. And it was an after school program. And so you get trained through the program. You learn all this stuff, right? And when I leave, the program's ending, so it's going towards the end. We're gonna have a graduation,
right?
And so they say we're gonna need somebody to give a speech at the graduation. And so this is kind of something I always already did, but I'm thinking like, oh, this is perfect. So I'm gonna write a rap that fills all, because it's like a speech that had all these things you had to do. You had to mention this, and this. You have to mention all these things,
right?
And I thought like perfect because I'm gonna make it a rap. It's gonna fucking kill. It's gonna go great. And it's not, the reason it works is because no one else would do that, and no one else would think to do that. And just the fact that it's even happening is crazy. Like, if it's bad, it's unbearable. Like, it's the risk that makes it good. Because if it's bad, everyone hates it so much. Like, they don't want this at all. But if it's good, so I remember I did it because I had to write it so fast because it was within like 3 days. And so literally the day that you're presenting it to the class, like minutes before I'm about to go up to do it, I'm like rushing the end, trying to finish it because I knew it had to be done before I present it to these people.
Right.
And so I do it in front of the class. They go, "Oh my God, you're the guy! Like, you're the guy for our section," because it was a bunch of different different schools that was all gonna be at the graduation. So the graduation happens. It's boring and dry as fuck, like so boring. And so it's like a bunch of urban people. So it's not like a bunch of like uppity like white kids. It's like people who would like what I'm going to do, but it's very formal, you know?
Right.
So everybody's all buttoned up and trying to be put together. And and I was so glad I went last because they had like 4 or 5 different kids do speeches. I think it was 4. And so the other 2-3 kids go, and I'm just thinking like, oh, it would suck to go after me because if you were to have to follow this, it would suck so bad. It's like a room of 1,000 people, I want to say. And probably still my biggest audience to this day. And I didn't realize in the moment, like the value of the moment. Because, bro, okay, so I go up there, and how does it start? The quest is done, but the journey's just begun. It was fun here. Clearly, I wasn't under the gun, but I'm really ready now. See, I can't ask Siri how to be the one to make my employer revere me. And see, no one saw this coming, okay?
Right.
What is Teen Quest? A program that can deploy me to be the best employee I can be. Not noisy or coy, but with poise. Each choice is delicate. And you can't forget the business etiquette. That's the presentment of you, your tone of voice. Your mood ought not be rude if you want to be employed. Got to be conventional, keep it exceptional, professional, so they'll see that you are a professional. Again, what is Teen Quest? More or less a program to help us be ready for the inevitable, made to make a Reach out to the average team made to make them exceptional, whether alone or in a team. Professionally sensible. And that's incredible to me. Props to Miss Anyadi. Before in an interview with a bomb bigger than Nagasaki. Now watch me, I'm the bomb. Gotta scream kamikaze because I'm coming from out of nowhere on the job scene positively. Blame it on my PMA, my positive mental attitude that'll be an aid in the workplace. Plus the way I communicate can demonstrate my thoughts great. That's objective 8. And next was 9, expecting change. It's expected that the film is changed, so you can't come and cope. You can't take the weight of a workspace and keep up with the pace. Initiative isn't given, you gotta take it and make it a mission to exceed expectations. Place it beneath you to only do what you're told. Break free from the mold, be bold and make a statement you won't achieve if you only dream. Set a goal and chase it. Your fate won't change if you don't take brain. You'll go insane if you rely and hope to succeed. So and just dream. So give that dream some affirmation. I also have to give thanks to my application preparation. Can't wait to applicate it and get admiration. Also, the evolution of my conflict resolution has been nothing but improvement since I was a student of this program. That's character development. To be honest, man, I just joined this for the heck of it. With all due respect, I wasn't expecting this. This testimony. I'm a Teen Quest testament to show that you can grow by paying attention to the lessons presented in it. Like interview questions. On the first day, we did first impressions. My first impression was that this could work with work, and it worked. Work hard or don't work, which is the perfect segue into this next segment. I had 2 questions from a site. The answers drilled right into their minds, so it won't be hard to find. And this was something you had to set up. Like, right. I had to do this part because this is the corniest part of the whole speech, and I didn't even want to do it. But you have to do a call and response to your group. So who are we? The new generation. Who are we? The new generation. What is our motto? Work hard or don't work. What is our motto? They say work hard or don't work because that was like a mantra that all of the different groups had. And then I come back in. I have to give thanks to I have to thank Mr. Hatch for being a master with his craft and making this great class a blast. Not only that, but Cabin Roads also. They both made this also awesome. So thanks from us all. I also got to thank who made this all, Red Hunyadi, because she's the reason I see a job for me. See, the quest is over, but only one goal's been won. So the quest is done, but the journey's just begun. Thank you. And dude, the crowd.
I can only imagine. I could only imagine.
What makes it so good is no one could have possibly seen it coming, and this is the last place you would have expected it.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's what I love. That's my shit, dude. Like, I love showing up to where no one knows rap is gonna happen. No one's expecting. That's why I like working with comedians, because I keep getting to be in these comedy situations where they don't expect you to rap. I maintain this. If I ever get an award, I'm going to go out and I'm going to accept the award with a rap. I will never do a speech. It'll always be a rap that I prepared for that occasion. And it has to be prepared just for that. So I'll have all these throwaway verses from awards I didn't win, you know?
To me, that's so I got nominated, so like... Y'all don't even know.
Someone told me I gotta post them. Like if I write it, I can at least post it. But I'm like, no, it's not the same. Because it's the moment. We're all sitting at this award show. No one sees it coming. I go on stage. You gotta sit in the silence for a second. Bars. You just hit them with bars.
Just hit them with a quick 16. Of the
and it's also how I look. My look plays into it. They don't expect it from me. They really don't. They're looking at me like they're just looking at me like, oh, this dude, this guy. They're not thinking. But like,
rapper. What type of awards does it matter, or it doesn't matter?
Well, the two because I've been nominated as Best Comedy Podcast in Chicago twice now.
Okay.
And so both times I wrote a rap, I was ready to go because it's a room full of comedians, so they're not expecting. I already know, and it's just to me that's. For one, it's like I want to be known as the guy that fucking always does that. Like that's just to me that's my legend, that's my creativity, that's everything. Like that is me maintaining my own standard. But also it's like no one else would do that. And that's what I love about it. I know only I can pull that off because only I can pull it off because I proved it because I did. Like to me it's what I love about rap, it's what I love about creativity. It's so just I get to take nothing and turn it into my own special little thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that inspires people. I think people see that and they're like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't even know that was possible until you do it right. And then they're like, oh, this is... Like, I think a lot of us grow up, we kind of lose that spark and we see a great performer, we see a great piece of art and it lights us back up, you know? Mm-hmm. And I like to think that that's what I try and do because like any comedy show, I try to do the same thing too. And the other way I try to recreate this, and I've learned this really works, dude, is so I did roast battle a couple times and they wanted me because I went to a comedy open mic and at the open mic they had a band, and they encouraged the comedians to freestyle. So I was thinking, how am I going to do this? Because I can't just freestyle about bullshit, because I won't really I'm not going to run out of stuff to say. I'm just not going to have much to say. I want to figure out a way for this to make sense. And so what I did is I wrote down a bunch of the shit the comics said, and then I'll go up and I'll incorporate everything they said into a freestyle, and the comics go crazy because they get it better than an audience would even get it. They're like, oh my God, he's doing us. And they open mics are boring for them. They've been through this shit a million times, so they see that it's like a performance. And so they wanted me to do that at roast battle, but they said, oh, we want you to diss people. And I'm like, oh shit, because they want me to diss people, freestyle, like they want me to do a lot right here. Right. It's like a juggling act. Yeah. So the first half I do a diss. I just systematically diss everybody. You're fat, you're ugly, you're weird. And then I do the freestyle where I say shit from throughout the night. And what I love about it is you'd be surprised how smart an audience is and how much they remember. And it's also like freestyling is just naturally comedic in a sense. Like I'm not thinking about it like, oh, I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to rap. But the fact that the punchlines are the punchline, like the audience, the fact that it works, that's what's gonna make them laugh. Yeah. But I'm rapping authentically. I'm just trying to rap.
Yeah, it's the bridge. It's the bridge between,
because they're making the connection in their own head.
They're making the connection,
and you're appreciating their intelligence by doing it because they get it.
Exactly.
I love that shit because again, no one sees it coming. They don't even want rap. They don't want it.
It's a good give and take though. Yeah. It's like you're being rewarded for being as creative and thoughtful as you are, and they're getting entertained by the references. Yeah. So it's like the best of, it's like,
and they
didn't
even know they were going to like that. Because that's what I'm saying. Like they see you coming up, they hear the music playing, they're like, oh shit, yeah.
Here comes another one.
But then they're rewarded and they get to be a part of it. Yeah, right. And it's also like, to me, it's a genius version of, with comedians, it's always crowd work. Like how do you do crowd work creatively? I love it because it's crowd work. You can't even film that and show it to somebody. It wouldn't even make sense. You literally had to be there because you would have had to sit through everything else to even know what I'm referencing. Right. Like there's no way I could show this to anybody else. You had to be there. Yeah. And I love that. But also the fact that, again, it's a challenge. For me as a rapper, it's like, okay, this is an actual challenge.
And you're freestyling though.
And I'm freestyling.
That's what I don't know.
It's a risk, dude. Every time it happens, I'm like, oh, this could go bad.
Yeah, but like that's like I'm gonna take it back to the first thing you said earlier when you were like you were saying something about you freestyling where it was like to other people.
Because that's exactly it. I don't think I'm that great, but to them, I'm firing all cylinders.
Yeah, so I'm a renege that because like you have to be great to memorize or write down stuff that other people are saying and incorporate it into a freestyle of shit that just happened. Like in
my mind, I'm like this being shit.
Yeah, like it's different. It's different if you coming off the top of the dome and you like, all right, I'm gonna just riff on everybody. Yeah. No, you wrote down jokes.
The hard part is actually remembering because you have to think smart. You have to think, what is this audience going to remember? That's what you have to be thinking too. Yeah. You can't just write down anything. Right. You have to write down like what's at the top of everybody's mind.
And that's what makes it the science of the freestyle of this specific freestyle. The psychology of it.
Yeah, you're right. Because most people wouldn't even go so far as to think of any of that.
One, a lot of people can't freestyle. So the fact that you can freestyle already puts you above a lot of people. Second, a lot of people aren't thinking of, okay, how do I connect the comedy that people came to see with the rapping?
And in my mind, I'm always trying to justify me being there. That's actually kind of the core of the idea. Is like, how do I justify me even being here right now? Like, how am I not wasting these people's time?
And that's another. You're thoughtful about it because a lot of rappers have been like, look, man, I came to rap. So it's either y'all gonna accept it as it is, or y'all gonna be like, boo me, but I'm getting these raps off. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. He was like, nah.
Which I also got a little bit of that in me. I'm not gonna lie. That's in me too.
I mean, that's in everybody. That's in every rapper's persona. It's like, nah, bro. Like, if I go to an open mic and it's not the open mic that I would usually go to, it's like, I went to school in North Carolina. I was around a bunch of like trap rappers. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about none of this conscious shit I'm talking about. No. Like, I'm talking about college and student loans and all this extra shit. Like, bro, how you making this money though? Like, are you selling something? Can I buy it from you?
Yeah.
Then I don't give a fuck. That's how they are. But like, if I'm going to these open mics and I'm just barring niggas up and like, I'm not using no backtrack and I'm just rapping my shit, they going to appreciate it for what it is and be like, nah, bro, you got it. But like, if I go into like any comedic space and they come to see comedy and I just do the best freestyle I've ever written, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. That's not what they paid to see.
It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle that I've cracked.
Yes. And like that, I want to.
You'd be amazed because it's about the general audience too.
Yes.
That's really what it's about. Because these people are paying for tickets to a comedy show. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't know me.
Right.
Like they don't want this. So how do I make them want this? How do I make it appropriate for me to then go up there?
You bridge the gap.
And it's the same thing with that Teen Quest thing where it's like they don't want me to rap, but the fact that I found a way to make it appropriate, they just can't help but just their minds are blown.
That is a superpower, underrated.
Yeah, because and I think you'd be amazed
power.
The crossover of all these different interests too. Like that's kind of why I think that's why I want this podcast to be so much bigger than comedy because I think people their interests are so broad when you talk to people. Like even if you talk about some musicians, there's so many musicians are into wrestling, just like so many comedians are into wrestling. I don't know what it is. Maybe we're just all nerds, but wrestling is very popular amongst those circles.
Yes,
I don't know why, but it exists.
I mean, when I was a kid, that shit was entertaining as fuck.
Well, it was so big back then.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's big now, but it ain't.
You and I both missed the best part because we were both born right after the Attitude Era, like right after.
Yes.
We missed the best part because I got into wrestling around like 2008, 2010.
I was
alright.
I was in like 2005.
Yeah, you got the good stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot of the good shit. Like,
did you still fist? The SmackDown was still the fist, or was that 2003?
I think it was before. I think it was before. But like,
was the theme song? The drugs in my generation. Does that sound right, or is that something else?
That's older.
I'm trying to think of what the theme song was.
I think that's a little older.
What was the theme song in 2005 for Raw? Do you remember?
Nah, I don't.
It had to be rock because they were heavy on the rock back then.
Yeah, it's like
I don't like that they do hip hop now. As a rapper, I don't like that they do hip hop because to me it's rock music.
Bro. Like I feel like wrestling was the bridge of regular hip hop heads or regular like people that don't listen to that music to listen to that music.
Yeah.
Because like, bro, could you imagine Edge coming out and with the best fucking rock song possible? Like, bro, like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Like fucking Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Like those theme songs are classics.
Oh my God. Well, and you know what's so crazy? Most of them are the same guy. And you can actually track down how their music's gotten worse because he's gone. And not only that, he's said on record he would come back to WWE. They just don't want him back.
Who?
I think his name's Jim Johnston. I think that's his name. One of the most generic names of all time. Sounds like I just made it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like he made so and different genres too. Like Undertaker's theme, the classic gong. That's him, dude.
That's hard.
Like so many of the glass breaking with Stone Cold. That's him. Like Jeff Hardy's theme. That's him. I mean, the ones that are different bands, like not Edge, because Edge, it's not. I must have been wrong about Edge because that's a band. That's an actual band. But I mean, a lot of them, he wrote the music and he just fucking like. I think even John Cena, he was involved in John Cena's theme and John Cena's album.
Because like John Cena, I ain't gonna lie, the song that John Cena made out of that was probably like
Your Time Is Up, My Time Is Now.
Yeah, that was probably like a very underrated like hip hop.
Oh yeah,
like,
that whole album back then. Because before that, his theme song was "Basic Thugonomics," and that's a good song too.
Yeah, it was.
Word Life. Some Basic Thugonomics.
Yeah, but like when he found his one,
I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me.
Like it was. I ain't gonna lie. That version of John Cena was probably the funniest.
Oh my God, when freestyling again.
Yeah.
People don't know Eminem can freestyle. Or not Eminem, fine.
John Cena?
John Cena can freestyle. Like John Cena can freestyle like because what he was doing, again, you talk about context, you talk about like comedic timing. He managed to do like a little diss takedown freestyle of like so many different people. And sure, yeah, maybe he prepared it, but he only had like one day to do that. Like it's not like they wrote this stuff that far in advance, you know.
Yeah, the only thing they write that far in advance is the actual scene, what's actually gonna happen. But it depends on what it is. It's like if they do like a campaign where like they in the backstage and they're about to have a dialogue, that's the only thing that gets planned.
Yeah.
Everything else is like, all right, bro, what you gonna do? Are you gonna make it a moment? Sometimes you might have to improv it. Sometimes they got the script, but like, if you can improv it the right way. And John, I don't know, like super background of like John Cena's improv when it came to a lot of that stuff.
Well, he's always been a fan of hip hop, and I think what the origins was, because I know the story. He was rapping in a tour bus, and like he was freestyling with the other wrestlers. And Stephanie McMahon heard him rapping. She was like, "Oh, you should do that on TV." Like that was how it started. He was just fucking around.
Oh yeah,
because she came up to him and she said, "When did you write that? How did you write that?" And he said, "I didn't write that. Like that was just me freestyling." She's like, "What?" Like she didn't even believe that it was a freestyle.
Yeah, and that'd be the shit.
Because he's just a rap fan. He's just always been a rap fan, like from the start. Like all that's just actually just who he is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I wasn't like the biggest fan at first.
Who, John Cena?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would like.
Well, you probably saw a lot of Super Cena, because that was right around 2005 to 2008, 2010. That's when John Cena just won everything. He was they were trying to make him the next Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why a lot of people didn't like him.
It wasn't because of that. It was the basic thugonomics, but like.
Oh, you weren't into that?
I wasn't super into the get up. But like when he came back and revamped, and like it was this, I was like, I'm with that shit.
And that would be what that was the Royal Rumble when he returned, when he disappeared, and then he came back from injury way sooner than anybody expected. Mm-hmm. And he was like number 30 of the Royal Rumble, and he won.
Yeah.
And it's one of those crazy pops. Like you go back, you watch it, and they went crazy for John Cena.
It was, bro.
That was the John Cena again, like the John Cena of 2005.
Like
that was before they were in movies at all. He was doing movies, The Marine.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, John Cena was like the best person to like carry that.
I think so. He's the company man through and through.
Yes, and like, bro, like people got to realize, like, people in the back office, like the older wrestlers, did not like John Cena.
No.
They hated John Cena, and like.
But you know why Vince loved John Cena? Because John Cena was, again, the company man. He would do anything. Like, I mean, John Cena is a yes man, and I say that with all due respect. Like, that's why he's so successful.
Right.
Because he would, if they tell him, John Cena, you're gonna lose. Like, this is what's best for the storyline. He's not going to cause a fuss. He's not going to say, he's not that guy backstage causing all the drama. He's the last guy to do that. Mm-hmm. And that's why he has the position he has, because he's just down for anything. He really is.
I ain't going to lie. That I love the revamp of the WWE Championship belt with the spinner belt. I love that belt. I wanted that so bad in my house when I was a kid.
Didn't we all?
And like I love the fact that all the older wrestlers hated it. It was like the perfect rebellion. I don't know what it was. It just it was everything to me. They was like, we don't like this hip hop spinning belt.
The spinner belt is so it's just so flashy.
Yeah.
And if you're old school, that's why you would hate it. Because you're thinking like everything used to look like the World Heavyweight Championship, where it's just this big piece of metal. It's just this big hunk of metal. It didn't really have any identity.
Go to SmackDown with all that. We gonna keep this on Raw.
Because I feel like even the WWE Championship, you look back, it used to look like that, and then eventually they kind of spiced it up, put the WWE logo on there. They made it look, a little bit more flashy, and then you see the fucking spinner belt, and that's I mean, even with the belt, didn't they try to change the belt again a few years ago? Now I'm thinking about it. I swear they unveiled another belt, or they did some unveiling.
They changed that belt a lot since then.
I thought they were trying to go back to something a little more classic, but maybe I'm thinking of the World Heavyweight title, or maybe it was the U.S. title. One of these belts they tried to change within the last few years.
No, I haven't been up on WWE in the last.
It's 50-50. Here's the thing. I got back into it with The Rock. And I think a lot of people with me did that. So it's CM Punk and The Rock. Because CM Punk is the fucking man. I mean, CM Punk is the GOAT, in my opinion. He's like the Kendrick Lamar in terms of leveling the gap between commercial and like super fan. where you don't even if you understand all the intricacies of what he's doing, you're rewarded for it, and it's amazing. Like you get it. But if you're just the casual person, just the passerby, you still get it and you still like it.
Right.
Like that's what I mean. CM Punk, you can watch a CM Punk promo and you're like, oh, that was good. But if you know like those little double entendre meaning things that he's doing, like those little teases that he does where he's playing between the reality of what the fan knows and that's what the pipe bomb was.
Yeah.
That was like the moment where it broke the reality of like the meta, but it wasn't like it was breaking the narrative. It was acknowledging the narrative in a way that we all know is real, and you can't deny it. It makes it real. It makes it realer than real.
Right.
And the way that promo ended was like he mentioned Vince, and he was going into the anti-bullying campaign, and he was about to call Vince a bully. He was about to say Vince is like the biggest bully of all, and this is why. And they cut the mic. And so, CM Punk is so great at walking the line between that. So when he comes back to AEW, then he comes back to WWE, I was like, okay, now I have to pay attention a little bit because he's the one guy you bring back. And then when The Rock turned heel, that was nuts because that was unprecedented. Nobody thought they would do it. And the reason they did it was based on fan reactions, which is true to like the reason wrestling is good. So if you don't follow the story, Cody Rhodes had won at the previous WrestleMania, and the whole thing was like, Cody Rhodes lost. It was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. It was like this big underdog story. It was this big underdog story, and Cody Rhodes loses. So the whole thing was set up like Cody Rhodes is going to win. He's got this story to finish, and he loses. And so Roman Reigns is continuing his championship reign, legendary reign,
right?
As the tribal chief, and then a year later. Same story again. Cody Rhodes has to finish his story. The fans are behind him. He wins the Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. I believe that's how it went, right? And so he gets to pick who he's going to fight at WrestleMania.
Right.
Comes out on SmackDown, and he says, I want to finish my story. I know I said I want to finish my story, but I actually think you should fight The Rock at WrestleMania. And he says to Roman Reigns, I'm not going to fight you at WrestleMania. The Rock is going to fight you at WrestleMania. He said, like, there's this whole promo he cuts. Me and The Rock had this conversation. He tries to make it, entertaining, but the audience rejects the fuck out of this because we all wanted Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns again. That's what it seemed like you were doing.
Right.
And we all know what's going on. The Rock is one of the 3 owners of WWE now with TKO and all this. He has control. The Rock has an ego. The Rock came in and said, you know what, sell more tickets? Me. That's what happened. So, and it's fuck the fans. And the fans know this. Fans are smarter than that. So they reject this. And so then they're going to have a press conference to set up WrestleMania, okay? And this is the context, everything I just laid out. So we're thinking that that's what it's going to be. And then at the promo, or at the, this is something they've been doing. They were trying to do it like UFC, because now that they're owned by TKO, they're trying to be like, we're doing press conferences in Vegas before our event, where it's like anybody can show up, and they treat it like a fight, like weigh-ins, and they're talking and all this stuff. So Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and The Rock are out there, and it's like this massive swerve, because then The Rock starts saying, like, I think The Rock, Cody Rhodes comes out and says, fuck you to The Rock. He says, you know what, fuck you. Like after The Rock is saying, like, you're being disrespectful and kind of acting heelish. Like, he's acting different than we've seen The Rock act. Right. And then The Rock slaps Cody Rhodes at the press conference. And it's like, what? Because The Rock's for a general audience, The Rock sells tickets. He's a good guy. You would never think of turning The Rock heel. And he just slapped Cody Rhodes. And then he comes out and he just goes full heel mode. And folks, you can find the videos on YouTube. There's like videos of him in the gym, and it's like a 20-minute promo where he's just he's cursing. Right. He's like saying like, fuck Cody Rhodes, he's a bitch. And I don't even have any time for that, these Cody crybabies. And, he would go to towns and he would say, like, everybody in this town, I looked up the statistics before I got here, a lot of crackheads in this town. He would just like full 90s heel. The Rock was being like classic heel Rock, and it was the best shit I have seen in wrestling in a long time. And it like culminated with like right before WrestleMania. It was in Chicago, and he was beating Cody with a belt. He was like following around, whipping him with a belt throughout the arena, and calling him a bitch.
Yeah, that's Rock for sure.
But It's, to me, that's what I love about wrestling. And the problem is when Triple H took over and Vince left, there was this idea like maybe it's going to go towards that, more of this R-rated, like back to the Attitude Era. No, that's not what's happening. They're more commercial than ever. Not only that, guess where the next WrestleMania is going to be? I would love for you to guess. Not this one was in Vegas for the second year in a row, which is weird already.
Yeah.
But guess where they're going to do it next year? Just guess. I can even give you a hint if you want a hint.
I want a hint.
It's not in America.
I
So it's the first one outside of America, which that could be okay, but just guess where it's at.
United Kingdom.
Saudi Arabia. The next WrestleMania will be in Saudi Arabia. I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. I thought, like, that's got to be like a joke. Because they started doing these pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia. It was something that Vince did, and it's carried over from Vince because they make loads of money, like fucking a shit ton of money. It's an offer you can't refuse. It's the Godfather walking up to you, telling you, like, it's also taking over golf. Golf actually has its own circuit in Saudi Arabia because they just pay these golfers so much fucking money. And so at first it was throwaway matches. They would do, it was called Crown Royale, and they would do these pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia. I want to say it was 4 a year, and it would kind of just be like the fantasy booking matches where it's like, I think that's where they did Goldberg versus Taker after Taker and Goldberg are already like 70, you know, they did that. They did the Brothers of Destruction versus DX. They did that at Crown Royale.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember
just
that.
a bunch of matches where it's like, you didn't have to do this. And the matches didn't go great because you probably didn't have to do this. And you'll never see anything significant happen at these pay-per-views unless they try to trick you, and they do something significant. But it's almost like a house show, if you remember house shows back in the day, where it's just all inconsequential. It doesn't really matter. It's all for play.
Right.
But now they're doing WrestleMania there. So I guess it's not for play anymore.
It's the money, bro.
It's the money.
It's the funds.
But to me, it's, you guys must not respect the fans anymore. Like, and they're pricing out the fans. So all these, like, it's been a complaint ongoing now, to the point where CM Punk just mentioned it in a promo on Raw. Like, no wrestler had ever said it on TV until he just did it.
Right.
And I'm interested to see if that goes anywhere, because he said, like, lower the ticket prices in one of his, like, pipe bomb promos, and the audience goes crazy because, like, for WrestleMania, it costed about, for nosebleeds, the cheapest tickets, for one day, not the 2 days because they stretch it out over the weekend now, you're going to pay, I want to say $300. No, probably $400 for a nosebleed. Not only that, you can't, because it used to be a big thing, you could go to the city and enjoy the aura of WrestleMania.
Right.
So you don't have to buy a ticket. You can go to Vegas and you can go to a sports bar. You can watch WrestleMania at the sports bar. It's now illegal to, at a sports bar in the city where they're doing the event, you cannot show the event at a sports bar. It's illegal because they made it illegal.
Where? And
It's just all of WWE. Any WWE pay-per-view. So say they come to Chicago, you will not see a sports bar showing that pay-per-view in Chicago.
That's
because it's illegal.
That's kind of crazy.
They don't like they're pricing out the actual fans, and they're not respecting the actual fans. And yeah, that might work for a couple of years, but you just wait and see.
Yeah, I think Triple H getting that bread.
I don't even know if it's just him. I think he's the fall guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I think they kind of is the whole buyout with TKO, and because it's the people who own UFC. They own WWE now. And that's why I said the whole press conference thing. Like, they're trying to legitimize it. That's why you see WWE on ESPN now. If you turn on the TV, you see it.
That
on
makes
there.
sense.
You're like, why? Because you never used to see that.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I stopped, like, for real tuning into WWE after Undertaker lost the streak to Brock Lesnar.
For a lot of people, because that kind of broke a lot of trust for a lot of people. And for me, it was the booking of it. Why did you give it to Brock? It never made sense.
Bro, we could have had...
Could have been Punk the year before. That would have made sense.
Bro, I would have gave it to Batista.
Yeah.
Because Batista was whooping his ass.
Yeah.
Like, Triple H was whooping his ass. Shawn Michaels was whooping his ass.
But I feel like Triple H and Shawn Michaels' problem is they're not... It's about passing the torch. And that's why Brock Lesnar didn't make sense. Like...
Yeah.
In wrestling, it's the whole old school, like, they've thought this way forever. Even in, like, the southern, like, you know, just wrestling in the butt-fuck backyard, wherever. It's like, this is about, I am 60 now, I am 50, I have to retire. It's not about me anymore. It's about the next talent. So we pass the torch to the next talent, and I lose. It's like when Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair. That's an excellent example of like even the end of that match is in motion. He's past it. He doesn't want to super kick him. But he has to, and he does. And Ric Flair's down, and then Ric Flair comes back 5 times. But
I ain't gonna lie, Ric Flair loves the business, bro. He do it for the love of the game. It's not about the money. It's not about the money.
I just can't wait till he retires again. You know?
Oh my gosh, ain't he like 80?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Still bleeding too. Every match he does, he bleeds. Still,
we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
It was
Rick.
Disturbing in TNA when he was doing it in 2010. Like now, it's like Rick,
bro, please, bro.
Please.
Bro, he ain't got nothing to do, bro. No. We gotta give Rick something to do.
It's
bro.
The love of the game, like you said.
Bro, he the nature boy, bro.
The nature boy.
Woo! Exactly. I love Ric Flair too. Like, but bro, 80.
You ever see you see him when he did Joe Rogan recently? That's like the best long form interview I've seen of him because I don't know if he's done much else. But it reminded me like, oh, he hasn't changed since the 80s. Like it's kind of like Hulk Hogan. Where like, because Hulk Hogan passed away recently, but both of them, they talk like people if you took them out of a time capsule, you just put them in modern times. Yeah. Like they have not matured a moment since
like
the 80s. But you
at what point did they have to?
Yeah, they don't
That's
have
what I was gonna say. I'm like, at what point?
It's just so funny watching Ric Flair, this 80-year-old man, talking about like, yeah, we were partying last night, you know. It was crazy,
bro. Ric Flair, bro. I love Ric Flair, man. And I don't know if anybody else felt this about like inducting people into the Hall of Fame. But it seemed like every time they induct like somebody who we haven't seen in a while in the Hall of Fame, they pass away.
Oh yeah.
Like the Ultimate Warriors.
That's
like,
what I was about to say.
Shook me, bro.
Yeah.
And like I think Ric Flair got put into the Hall of Fame like 3-4 times. And I'm just thinking like that was their way of like, all right, bro. I was thinking like that was WWE's way of being like, all right, bro. Death is knocking at the door. Like every time he got another ring for being a because he got a Hall of Fame ring in like 3 different eras. He got one at like 40, one at 70, one at 50. I'm like, all right, y'all need to calm down. Dude, I ain't ready for Rick to go yet.
That's why John Cena did the way he did with his retirement run, where he like he put it all the marketing, all the everything. I am retiring. Yeah. Because wrestlers don't retire. It's just amongst the industry. It's something they all know. You know, you're retiring, but are you retiring?
Nah, John Cena like, nah, bro, I'm done.
And I think that's what you should do.
Yeah.
And especially like, if you're a John Cena, you know, you can lead people that way. You can show it's possible. And also, like, you know, you have power. Like, he can do all sorts of shit. I mean, he just hosted WrestleMania, but he can do anything he wants in WWE. He can do literally anything he wants. And like, I love within the industry, I mean, like, staying within WWE.
But I love the fact that he can still, like, even if he wanted to, in, like, 5 years from now, he can come back if he wanted to.
But he shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
He absolutely shouldn't.
But like, remember when Edge came back?
That was crazy.
Exactly. Like when he retired, it was like, fuck.
Yeah.
You got the metal plate and neck. Like, what? That's crazy.
And he was one of those ones where he came out on Raw and you didn't even believe him at first.
Yeah.
And he's saying, I'm retiring. It's over for me. You know, one of my favorite wrestling moments too, and I saw this live, was when Mark Henry did that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
So Mark Henry comes out. He says, I got to retire. He cries. John Cena comes out. And it's like this emotional segment. And he was about to have this like program with John Cena, and it's just cut short. So John Cena's coming out. I'm sorry to hear that. World's Strongest Slam. Boom! Heel turn. Mark Henry turns heel, and now he's coming for John Cena's title. Dude. So they weren't feuding before that. It was like John Cena, maybe they had some interaction. There was a reason John Cena came out. But it was so well executed. I recommend everybody go watch it, because Mark Henry, he wasn't even a big character really before that. Yeah. Nobody really expected much out of him. And he had this monster role, but he was kind of just this jolly old face. Like that was his thing. He was a jolly old good guy. And after that, he was like world's strongest. Like he was a monster heel after that. Like one of those guys.
World's strongest man. I ain't gonna lie, I be loving. Shit.
And I remember when John Cena was on the ground and he had world's strongest. I ain't going nowhere. He was yelling things like that.
Bro, Mark Henry is probably like one of the like funniest people to bring up in today's age because he's always like the person that people compare. Like if they're talking about somebody and like somebody being big, they
it's either him or Rick Ross.
Yeah, him or Rick Ross. Like you either prime Rick Ross or you prime Mark Henry. There is no other comparisons. It's always funny because whenever I hear his name today, because I know he's retired, I know he's been done with the business. But like whenever I hear his name today, it's always it's always somebody getting the shit in the stick. It's always somebody getting the shit in the stick. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, before we get out of here, we should at least talk about your latest projects a little bit, right? So you at least the last thing you put out, what you told me before we started that it was a project you worked on with just one producer pretty much. So how does that come together for people who've never heard it? Like, I mean, just introduce the concept to them. What even is it, you know?
Yeah, so I made all of these songs 2 years ago. Okay. So it's Jubilee. It's as a full album, but like I divided it into 2 EPs, basically part 1, part 2. And I met him at Dreamville Fest probably 2 years ago. I met him.
And he's
a producer. His name is Be Nice, Brian Lewis. He's from North Carolina. I forgot exactly what city, but it's like 40 minutes to an hour away from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So it's like a small town. Shout out to Be Nice. He produced everything on this project, and he's a paraplegic. He's in a wheelchair.
Oh, damn.
And like the beats this nigga make, oh my God. Like
the Stephen Hawking of music.
Wow. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
That's a compliment.
That might be the crazy, but like accurate because he's a genius.
I don't know where I come up with this stuff. Okay?
Like, that was hilarious. Oh my God.
This is why I had to start a podcast. Yeah, I mean, I say stuff like this. I'm like, I gotta record that. This is too good.
Shout out, Be Nice. But yeah, like these songs were like a basically like a homesick album.
Yeah.
So I was in school in North Carolina, and that was like my whole like bridge of going to Dreamville Fest and everything. It was like 3 hours away from my school, so I had the access to do it. But as I'm hearing these beats, they all sound like very nostalgic, very like sample heavy, hard drums. Like it's very like a feeling of like old school Kanye. It's almost like
boom bap, like 808 type thing.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So like. It had 808s, like some of the beats have 808s, but a lot of it just boom bap with no 808s. And like the drums on it be like heavy. And I know he like does everything. It's not like loops. It's stuff that he's making on top of like the way he's sampling it. It's very, in my opinion, it's very Kanye.
Yeah.
When it comes to the
I would say even like organic might be a good word.
It's very organic. And he goes after like samples that a lot of people would like very well know, or it's a part of somebody's discography. They'll be like, I forgot about that song. That's crazy how you flip that one.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that he's able to even do everything that he's doing, especially, you know, under his circumstances, because like the guy could like just be like happy to be alive and not doing anything and like just look, I'm just happy to be here. He's like, nah, I'm gonna create.
Yeah.
I'm here because he was creating before that. Still creating, doing amazing things. And this project is like, I don't know why it took me so long to like have this come to the forefront, but I'm glad it's coming out now. And I'm seeing like the world, like I was talking about the world that people like Kendrick and Tyler the Creator build.
Yeah.
I've been taking big inspiration from that.
I think that's why it's so important to keep a small group of producers too.
Yeah.
Because that helps build it. Just even if you're the guy who goes on the internet and just picks a guy, like don't pick 20 different guys. Like if you want a cohesive project, pick 2 or 3 producers and build it out and build something. Like
Absolutely.
You can't just at a certain point you're just making singles and you're throwing them on a playlist. Like because the producer, I think, in their vision kind of contributes so much to what shapes.
God, yes.
Like when you're talking about building that world, I mean, the producer does so much of that without you even having a say so on it. They just do it. Yeah, it's their soul.
Yeah, because like they're artists too.
Yeah,
it's just they just doing it. They just doing it a little bit different. It's like in my personal opinion, as much as I like being a rapper, like I'm never gonna take away from the fact that like if I didn't have the ability to produce, or if I didn't have producers in my life, this shit would not be hitting the same.
No, yeah.
Like we gotta give our flowers to our producers because they fucking deserve it to make the shit. Like, bro, love Kendrick, Soundwave that nigga though. If Soundwave wasn't as cold as he is, I don't know if Kendrick would be as cold as he is. Maybe Kendrick would, but like
I look at it like rappers and like the people who get the beats, they should be respected for curating those beats. And the selection of beats and like what they gravitate towards. Like that is what they're doing. But they're not making the beats though.
No.
Yeah.
And it's very the part that I can give to like songwriters in general is like when you're able to piece things together where like you can work directly with the producer and be like, look, we need a bridge. So something needs to change in this area for like 10 seconds.
Which you can't do.
You can't do that as the songwriter.
Yeah.
But the producer can do that.
Yeah, they can come up with some melody.
And
especially if you have something to give them already. Like maybe the bridge could sound like this.
Right. Like JID and the Never story, the song Never.
Yeah.
Where like he got Christo on the first beat, then Childish Major come in with that other like that shit right there. Without that collaboration of beats, I don't know if that song would make it as far as it did.
Yeah.
So you gotta like, I'm gonna always give flowers to producers because like I'm not the best fucking producer in the world. However, I have the ability to learn from the best fucking producers in the world.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like always kudos to y'all, and please give me more beats. Please.
And so you made all those songs with him. Was it more than the songs that are on it, and you kind of brought it down to those?
Yeah. I made around 15 songs. He gave me like around 30 beats. I made about 15 songs.
Okay.
And 5 of those songs I don't think may not hit public consumption. I just think they need to be tweaked.
Yeah.
Before like I like let the world hear them. But I have 10 songs that I'm for sure like, these are, yes, for sure, album shit. And my plan at the beginning of this year, because I had the song for 2 years, but January, New Year's resolution shit, I was just talking to my friends, and then I was just like, it was like a voice told me, like, it's time to clear the vote. And I got 2 projects in the stash where I was like, yeah, I could definitely release these right now. So it's like, all right, so Jubilee come in, I decided I'm going to chop it in the middle, and I'm going to have a collection of songs, the first 5. That came out March 30th, and then the next 5 will be coming out May 30th. Oh. So it's a Jubilee Part 1, Jubilee Part 2, and then I'm thinking a month from that, I'll release it as a full album with the videos. Like, I got a video for my song Roseland on Jubilee Part 1. I'm working on videos for Jubilee Part 2, and then I'm also doing shows in between that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's been working so far because, like, in the midst of everything, I dropped the project, dropped the video, got my freestyles and on NFO. Then I miraculously ended up getting a publicist who liked my music because I just reached out to her like, you're a fan of J. Cole. You got an interview with him when he came to Houston on the Civic, when he was in a Honda Civic just selling his album. I'm like, you're a dope-ass, like, journalist, and like you got a PR. I didn't know you were doing PR for other artists. I would love your services. And then we ended up having a conversation on the phone after I already paid for the service. And she was like, look, you got everything like that I've been looking for as far as like trying to be a publicist for an artist. So like if you with it, you could put me in your Instagram bio. Like I'm your publicist now. I'm your PR now. I'm like, thank God. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, you don't know. But I thank you.
I think that's like the beauty of, I guess, trusting the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like you can't, I think when you seek that stuff out and you want it, it's harder to come by. And it's actually those moments when you just trust the process, you just work, it all falls into place. Like, you know, you talk about like these last 2 weeks, all this shit happens.
Right. It's like the piece by piece. It's the piece by piece
But
thing.
it's actually not piece by piece.
Right.
I mean, I mean, it's not all at once.
Nah.
It is piece by piece, I suppose. Like, it seems like it's all at once, but really it's everything building up to that.
Right. Because like a week ago, you know, when that's the present day, it's like, damn, that's crazy. I really got a publicist now. But I'm also thinking about like 4 years ago, you weren't ready for no publicist.
Yeah, and you know what? That's another, I think I want to say it was Crack-a-Leck again who told me this. Another excellent piece of advice. It's like a great way for anybody to think about it. Imagine that the person that you look up to the most, the artist you look up to, or whoever you want to discover you, okay? You could pick that person. They find your social media right now, and they look at it. Are you going to like what they see? Do you think that represents you well enough to them? Because if not, it's up to you to keep working to get to the point where you would be proud enough to show it to that person.
Right.
Because like the truth of the matter is, most of the time you're not ready yet. Almost always we're not as ready for the opportunity that we think we're ready for. And I just
That's
think
good
that,
advice.
you know,
Yeah,
'cause I think many times in my life I'm so grateful I didn't get, like, I look back at how I used to conduct my social media. Think back like 5 years ago, like, oh, thank God I did not have notoriety.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, cause I feel the same way, and I didn't word it like that, but I feel the exact same way. It's this Revenge of the Dreamers 3, that album. They had the documentary with it, and I used to watch it like in different eras of my life and be like, if I would have got that call to be in that studio for those 10 days, would I be well equipped to go up in there and feel like I can bar any one of those guys up?
Yeah.
And it seemed like every time I watched it in those like 3 to 4 year stint, I was like, fuck no.
You just weren't ready yet.
I definitely wasn't ready. It's like I got enough belief in myself and enough ability to be like, yeah, I'm like, I could bar up with the best of them, but like, would it be, in my opinion, would I be like cold enough to hop on a song with Smino, Saba, JID,
I think
and
people
J. Cole?
fool themselves. I think people fool themselves and they don't have humility. And the
Yeah,
people who are
like-
more honest are like the ones who are
Yeah,
like,
like-
they understand how much weight that holds. You know?
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
there's
bro.
there's plenty of people, oh fuck yeah, but they don't even
Like,
understand what they're
these
saying.
are artists with a discography already. These people have fans. They're already doing shows, and they got invited to work with one of the best artists in the world.
The way that I
time.
look at it is like, I want you to recognize me for what I think I am.
Right.
Like, I don't want these artists who I respect to not understand what I know I am.
Yeah, I want the respect to be mutual, not just I respect you.
And this is
because-
my opportunity to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, if today, if I went and watched that shit, I'm like, would I be ready? 110,000%. I'm fucking ready to battle with any one of them.
But now
I don't
you
care
know
who it is.
and because you've been through all that shit to get to the point where now you know.
Yeah, I've been through the growing pains, and I'm still growing. So it's like, amen to like being able the ability to live and still experience shit. But also it's like, I've been through enough where I feel like if I were to step in that den with those lions, like I'm leading the pack when I come out. Like, I'm cool. I'm like, I have no doubt in my mind. Like, I'm gonna get a placement for sure. Like, for sure. That's how I felt. That's how I feel like today. But like back then, I'll be like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Like getting on the song with everybody. You talking about J. Cole, Jid, Saba, like Smino, Luke, Boz, everybody? I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Not 2-3 years ago, I don't know. But like as of like the last 2 years, hell yeah.
Dude, my competitive ass, I'm like, I'm gonna out rap all those motherfuckers.
I
I
felt
grew
like
up
that-
listening to their music, I'm gonna blow them away.
And I'm just like, look.
They trained me for this.
Right. But I'm like, if I would have got that invite, I'm going. I don't give a fuck. I'm going.
Yeah.
I might not have been ready.
Yeah,
but like,
of course. But now you're ready and it's the time for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I would have got that call today, like.
And so many people, I think, like they miss their time or they pop off, but they don't capitalize or they weren't ready or all these sorts of stories where it's like, you know, you want success, but you don't know what it means. You know, when you get that viral video, who fucking cares? Now it's up to you to get 10 other things for people to be interested in.
Yeah.
The videos are going to fade away and it won't be mean anything in a month, 2 months, 3 months.
Right.
You know, it's not about chasing these things. It's about like, you know, longevity, I suppose.
Absolutely.
And also like, to me, I've always think about it like me versus me, like my legacy, like all this. Like that's the best way you can think about it. It's you versus you, and you just trying to make the best version of you.
Yeah, I think the best advice I ever gotten was like being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then
because
also
that'll shape you.
Yeah, because it's like if you always comfortable, the moment some shit happen, you gonna be lost. You don't know what the fuck to do.
Yep.
So like if you always in those situations where you gotta show up, it's like you gonna be ready to show up and ready to pivot any way you need to.
Yeah.
And then it's also like you the master of your own destiny. You can control what you can control, and like everything else, that's just outside noise. Like it shouldn't influence what you're doing because that's not nothing you can control. Your opinion, like people's opinions on you, you can't control how somebody feel or how somebody talk about you. But what you can do is react.
Yeah.
So how you react ultimately like is the last thing that will like completely alter your future.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you do it. So
and life is kind of just a series of reactions.
Exactly.
It's really what everything is.
And it's always influenced by something.
Yeah, and you always think like, oh no, I have a logical reason. Like, no, it's just a bunch of reactions. We're all just reacting to shit.
Exactly. So like you can put it on a surface level, like, bro, there's no logical reason. You just did it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And you did it for a reason.
I
like,
think fact is stranger than fiction, right? Yeah. Like,
yes.
Like it's why when people are particularly crazy, you ever tell you have a person who's like a problem person, I'm always thinking like it's not even worth trying to explain. Like you'll see people try, oh, why did they do this? Why did like, yeah, you can sit here and try to think about it, but if they've proven to you that they just have like they're just crazy, they just do the same crazy shit.
Right.
There's no use in explaining any of this. It's all feelings. It's all like vibes.
Right.
And there's no reason. There's no logic here. Like you're trying to apply logic to something. Like that doesn't exist here.
Yeah,
you know, because it's all. And I think at its core, I mean, you could even tie that down to science because I mean, as animals, if we are evolving and if we believe in evolution, we evolved from animalistic things that could not speak and reacted first. Mm-hmm. And it's all, and even the way our brains work, we actually react physically before we react mentally.
Right.
You can prove that. Like before your brain, if someone goes and you see something in the corner of your eye, you actually could like swat something before you even realize what you're doing.
Right.
Because you feel before you think. It's just the way we all are. But we all want to, everybody will deny it. They'll say, no. I have real reasons for thinking what I think.
Shit.
And you're a fucking liar, okay?
Shit. I just be doing shit sometimes, bro.
I know I'm just be doing shit. I admit it, and that makes me more mature, okay? I just be doing shit.
Absolutely. Like, bro, I just be doing it, bro. Sometimes I ain't got no reason. I don't need no reason.
No.
I just be doing shit. It's okay.
And so with all that being said, the way the show ends is with two things.
All right.
It's obviously for 3 to 5 year olds. That's my core audience is the little kids. So we give advice to the children at the very end. So the little kids who are on the school bus, they're taking off the earbuds and they're going to enter the real world. We've proven that we're wise adults born in the 90s. We know all kinds of actions. You're right after the 90s.
Yeah, right after. I'm just
your good
like,
old 9/11 year, right? 2001.
2 months after.
It's hard to forget that one.
Oh, man.
And they literally tell you never forget it. So good for you. You got to give them advice. I don't know what it is. You're a wise gentleman. I don't know what you're going to tell them. It's in your brain. And also, too, the social medias where people can find you. You already told them about your tape. Maybe drive that one in one more time because we got another one coming real soon, part 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Music videos coming out soon, it sounds like.
Yeah.
All that stuff. This comes out about a month from now. But, I mean, you already know what it sounds like your year is looking like. So just lay all that out for them. Tell them who you are, where they can find you, and that advice. The floor is yours.
All right. So first, y'all can follow me on Instagram, #1 and only Juby. Same thing on X, TikTok, Juby DaGod, YouTube, Juby DaGod, streaming platforms, Juby DaGod, and you can also, meet me outside. I'll be in Chicago, Charlotte.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that? Yeah. Advice. I can't advise y'all to do anything. I think the best advice I could give you is like if you have an advisor, all they can do is advise. You just need to think about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. And if it's pretty, it might not always be good. If it's ugly, it might not always be bad. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to let you decipher that because I don't even know what that means. It just sounded cool when I said it out loud.
I'm trying to remember what I say. I I can't remember the context surrounding it, but I say in a song, what you read in books ain't it, you ought to sing. And what I mean by that, because I remember when I wrote it, I was like, what do I mean by that? It took me a while to figure it out. And because it's kind of a confusing thing. Like I'm basically saying like intelligence is not within books. And I think that's true in a sense. Like to truly live and to truly understand what is living has nothing to do with what you can read. It's just being and just existing.
Just
and just
existing.
doing. And like just fucking whatever it is you got within you. And an advisor can only advise.
Can only advise.
You see what I'm saying, folks?
Like you can listen to the advice,
but a book can only have text that you can read, but it will never tell you how to live. It will never tell you how to use that text.
No.
How to connect it.
You can't
apply it.
You can't apply it if you don't know where to apply it.
Yeah.
So you have to find a bridge. You have to find a bridge or build it yourself.
Yes.
That's the advice. That's the advice.
Wow, we are smart.
We are. And then hold on. And then Jubilee Part 2, May 30th. Jubilee full album, June 30th. If you outside and you in Chicago, I got these NFC keychains.
Oh, fuck
you
yeah.
hold it to your phone. It sends a link to your phone. You can only get them from me. This one is yours.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to show it right in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah. So you hold it to the phone where you do like the Apple Pay or the Google Pay, however you do it. I ain't going to disrespect the people that use the Android because, my mama still uses it. Shout out my mama. So you go put it on your Apple Pay. It sends a link to your phone. And then you got my projects. I update the website often. So whatever is new going on, I pretty much try to put it on the link that's already on the keychain. And I have a bunch of them left. And I got a show. By the time this come out, the project was just about to be coming out. So if that's a month from now, I got a show.
Either that or it like just came out. It's one of the two. Either it just came out or it's just about to come out.
Yeah, regardless. That's fine, regardless.
Yeah.
If y'all seeing this, hopefully y'all saw my show, April 25th, at Yard Sale off the Vision, or my show in Charlotte, May 2nd, Crown Station, because, I'm moving around. But I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate you for even reaching out, because this was fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love this conversation.
Thanks for coming through.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I always, I never know what to expect, and I never know how to prepare people. That's kind of how this show goes.
Yeah, we went with the flow.
Yeah.
And this is our first time meeting, so this is dope.
That's the way to do it, man. And I thank you for coming through. I mean, you're obviously welcome to come back.
Oh, yeah.
And next time, maybe bring me a poster or something to
I
stick
got
on
you.
the wall.
Yeah,
like we said at the very beginning.
I'm going to have some shit for you.
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah.
It'll be like 20 MF Doom records.
Hey.
I'll be like, where did you even get these?
Shit, I got my ways.
Yeah, you'd be like, legally, I can't tell you.
Legally, I can't tell you. Just know I got them.
Legally, I can't tell you. Just say you're welcome. Or just say thank you.
Just say
thank you, Ruse.
Don't question God's blessings.
And with all that being said, folks, that has been all here today on Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess. It's hysterical, the picture that they put to his face. It's a confidence administered to earn their respect. Live a little light, a candle.